No fucking capture. Why aren't you ever doing the thing? It was just capturing. There. Start? Now it's capturing.
No.
Good. What time is it? Good afternoon. It is the RoboCoonie.
Click start, like, so I have to click it?
I guess. It is the RoboCoonie. We are flying to someplace today.
RoboCoonie is now
for
live.
6 fucking hours because you know what? We can't travel because it's COVID.
To Iceland game
I just
time with
really
RoboCoonie
want to
from
travel. But I also don't want to be
Elements.
around people, and you can't pick first class in this game. It's economy. We'll see who sits next to us this time. Maybe it'll be that one lady again. So far, it's been 2 different ladies, but only one of them noticed when I was messing with their light and their air. It's like I turned around and they were just like looking at me, and I'm like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Was I messing with your light and air?" How dare you mess with your light and air? Oh, cool. I'm connected.
My light. It belongs to me.
It's JFK to KEF.
Hello, passengers. We now invite our Platinum Pioneers to board Platinum Pioneers.
Oh crap! I just heard myself. You can hear me on the thing?
Yeah.
Oh, I should probably watch my fucking language.
Oh, I don't care. I'm not monetized, and even if I do make it to monetization, it's still going to be in one of those. I think my Twitch has the adult only button enabled, which does protect them from people who don't read. Hooray! We're at JFK, another airport I haven't been at. We haven't gone to JFK. Look, it's a guy.
You haven't been through JFK?
I think I have. I'm trying to think, because I think we went to Washington, D.C. when I was younger. I don't know, the ginger flight attendant scares me. Ah!
The kitty glitched out and it looked like she was missing an eye.
What?
The graphics glitched and it looked like she only had one eye.
Okay, but last time towards the end of the flight, I figured out how to get this thing out of there, which is stupid because I know how to do that. The only thing I haven't figured out is how to flip it over to the camera, to the keyboard side. I know, because the last flight was like 2.5 hours, so it was only what's it called?
Yeah.
Bathrooms and use. Yes, it was only like my snacks and a drink. And then because I took the stupid sleeping pill, because Amy was like, "Take your meds." I slept through my.
Your real life pills.
I know, and I have taken those already. I'm like, I slept through the thing. Oh, we're already moving.
That was my next question. Have you taken today?
Well, I took them when I posted about being sad. I still don't know what this is.
Okay.
Is this the pulley thing for letting them know things? I don't know what this is. Oh wait, no, I know what this is. It's to hang your purse on it.
Yeah.
Make sure your seat backs and tray tables are in their full upright and locked.
Well, I am a male and I don't carry a man purse, so I wouldn't know.
With this, please ring your call.
But I am gonna mess with my.
Guide you through the process.
What if your character carries a
If you have not yet done
Well, he has
so,
this
please
thing.
stow your carry-on luggage underneath the seat in front of you or in an overhead bin, taking care
I'm
not to
totally
force
storing
any
this
item
underneath
into
the
a
seat
space
behind
that
me.
is too small for it. Then please take your
Close,
seat
damn
and
it.
fasten your seatbelt. If you are seated in an emergency exit row, carefully read the safety
I'm not
information
going to
card
put my
located
phone in
your
airplane
seatbelt
mode.
pocket.
Let's see what
If you do
happens,
not
because I think there
wish,
is
are unable,
a.
or are unwilling to perform
There's an
functions
achievement for
described in the
that.
event of an
There's also an
emergency,
achievement for
Why?
tampering with
Plane
the.
crash.
reseat you.
There's also an achievement for tampering with
This is a
the
non-smoking flight.
smoke detector, and I don't know how to do that. And I did manage to throw up last time.
Tampering with, disabling, or
I
destroying
remember
the
that.
laboratory smoke detector is prohibited
Can you
by
use
law.
cigarettes in the
Please
game?
note that
I don't
e-cigarettes are
think my
not
character
applicable
has
to this
cigarettes on
regulation.
him. Maybe.
Should you have any other questions about today's flight, please feel free to ask a flight attendant. Thank you.
It's an E320-300, which makes me think that it's an A320-300, which means we're on an Airbus. can't vape while you're in the air.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Hello, passenger partner. You look familiar.
for a video demonstrating
Were you on some sort of TV program in New York?
Maybe frequent travelers, but this information is
You
important and
can't
we
do
must
anything. There's a
divide
PA
attention
announcement.
at this time.
Although I've watched
Try.
I've watched real passengers do that too. When it's all paused and they're just still like, tap on things. I can have other languages. No.
Hello and welcome aboard. We'd like to thank you for flying Pan Atlantica.
We know you have many other choices, from regional carriers to national and international airlines. But you chose
Those
us,
are real people.
and that means a lot. Thank you so much.
Now, before we take
But look, she's got creepy eye going.
to the following safety video.
She's very much looking at you.
If you haven't done so already, please fasten your seatbelt. In order to accomplish this, simply follow these simple steps. First,
I squished a bug yesterday.
in your right
It's stuck on my
You
monitor.
can easily identify this part of the seatbelt by the square hole on one end. Next, with your left hand, pick up the buckle.
God damn it,
And
events.
then slowly and steadily move the metal end towards the buckle, keeping both ends perfectly aligned.
Fupa,
Carefully
poopa.
insert the metal end into the buckle.
Turn on my Twitch. No one ever knows what I'm quoting. Yeah, no one ever knows what I'm quoting. And I'm like, it's the episode with the fat suit.
In the event you need to leave your seat.
And the Jane Lynch character.
Regular person
Found the
instead
top
of
of the buckle.
Yeah, the Jane Lynch character, if it wasn't like, I don't know if it was actually her that played it though. But I was like, Fupa?
That show ended way too
Fupa.
soon. They only got 3 seasons and it was a really good
Whether it's
show.
sipping wine in Paris or whale.
I watch it on Hulu occasionally, but there's only, it's because I like secondary characters, like how I like Stewie and Brian, and I like, friggin', what's his head, Rollo.
Rollo. Did I need to send you Netflix?
Please switch your handheld
it's
device
yeah.
to airplane mode now.
Yeah.
Please be aware that failure to do so
Does he mean
will lead
he
to
was
a
advised
potentially
by,
catastrophic navigation
Greg about
disaster.
the Sweet Home song?
I need to charge my phone. There's another bug in here that you can't disconnect the charger from your phone. And if you go back to your case after putting it away, a new charger just magically appears.
It's now time to take out
Oh,
and
cool.
review the
So,
seat
like-
card located in the seat back pocket in front of you.
Look, it's an infinite
I want that
charger.
in real life.
Colorful, clear illustrations,
You don't
and
ever
sturdy
lose it.
laminations. Our safety cards are built
Missed
to
the
last. Use the
introductions.
safety card to find the plane's exits marked by the large arrows and the word exit. There are exits in the front and rear of the plane.
In the event of an evacuation from the cabin, follow the emergency.
In front of you
my
in
first time watching
actual video.
We ask that you leave all carry-on items
Using
behind.
actual
If you feel you must grab something to bring along as you evacuate,
I don't think they're on a real plane though.
take a copy of
No,
Pan
It
Am
looks like a picture
It's
plane.
green screen.
Flight Magazine,
It's green screen.
Stratosphere.
It's filled with gorgeous pictures of hotels,
How dare.
sponsored reviews
Real
for high-end
people
restaurants,
flights.
as well as maps of every major
How
airport,
dare.
and fun games to play, like Sudoku.
Oh, so the German friendship song is stuck in my head.
Oh, did you know? Oh, did you know?
Maps will drop automatically.
Easter, I know. I used to sing that with my classmates on the team buses when we would go to.
Normal breathing.
It's a
Join the
legit song.
RoboCoonie Discord.
Remember,
https://discord.gg/ndmz6u2
Did you say it
from
was called the German
Stream
Word?
Elements.
Song from Animaniacs.
It's a real song too. I asked when I was
Yeah, I know.
president of the German club. I asked.
Yeah, no, that's
Or, in some
I didn't want to be president of the German club. I don't speak
model
German.
of the plane you're flying. Once you are
I ended up my friend who speaks German was she needed a senator for student senate, so I became the German club's senator. And then when she graduated,
note that your seat cushion can also be used as
the advisor was like, "Do you want to just be president?" And I'm like, "But I don't speak German."
All you need to
And
do
she's
is
like,
sing
we
the
just
German
don't.
friendship song.
She's like, we just don't need the club. We just need the club not to die. And I'm like, okay, but can I be both president and senator? And they're like, you can be every position except treasurer. So you have to go find a treasurer. I'm like, yay!
Please don't hesitate to
I'd like
ask
to
using the
introduce
call
a
button.
bill that adds
We hope you have an
hours to every
enjoyable,
term.
Entertaining.
relaxing.
And we are now going to
We
extend
here at Pan
Oktoberfest
Atlantica salute you.
to
Because
Yearfest.
flying people
Well, no. As president of the German club, I also took over the French club.
No, you literally did World War II.
This is your captain speaking.
And then on club days,
You World War II, another
On behalf of
club.
myself and the flight crew, it's our absolute pleasure.
no, I took over.
Non-stop service.
I took over the French club as both senator and president, and then
Today is estimated at 5 hours.
on
30
club
minutes.
days, I would also take over the Hillel table.
Around 35,000 feet. Ground speed of around.
They didn't.
600 miles per
Okay,
hour.
like one person thought it was funny, but the rest of them didn't.
I'll be back.
Because I would take the German flag and just be like, "I'm claiming your table in the name of Germany."
Now, sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight.
World War II.
And they were like, "But you get an entire table to yourself, Lee, because you're both French and German club." And I'm like, I know, but you guys don't understand what I'm doing."
I need all the tables.
My teacher, I would
No
like to have the
meal
Polish
service.
table.
Oh, God damn it!
Should have you off the ground any minute now.
What?
Why is it that we're flying Pan Atlantica, but why is it that our pilot is always Australian?
Maybe that's the only voice actor that they can use.
Ooh, and the podcasts are like real-ish, I think, NPR podcasts, and like 4 of them talk about the game. Apparently, the
So,
first
are you in
version
the
of this.
air already, or?
No, he's still on the ground.
No, we're
Yeah, 'cause
rolling.
I'm seeing us flying through the air in the screen, so I'm like, what?
Yeah, but they haven't taken off the runway yet.
I'm not on the
Yeah.
info screen because there's the info
So
screen.
it's a simulation flight of a simulation flight.
But see, here's the info screen. We're still in JFK. We're going to Iceland. And we're third for takeoff. I don't think I've done JFK. I've flown into National and I've flown to Dulles for an 8th grade trip to Washington DC, and we did Tucson as a layover. And then I've done Tucson on the way back from Marielle's. that fight that we almost missed. The flight that we almost missed.
The fight.
Yeah, like they were holding it, and I was like, oh shit, Ebony and. And like Ebony and like Albert are not gonna make it, and it's fine, the plane can just go. And then we'll figure it out. And then we made it. Otherwise we would have been like stuck in Texas.
Oh jeez.
Because I think the only other flight they had leaving around that time that wasn't booked was to Texas. And then from there, the airline was like, well, you can see how you can get home from Texas. I'm like, thanks. You fly us to Houston, and then I'll just bother Allie for like a bit. My flight progress is 0.
I like that when I had a layover in it was Tucson, I just messaged Mariel and was like, hi! Like, I'm in your state in
I've
an
done
airport
that.
with horrible people who aren't distancing.
I'm like, I think I've done that. I was watching my feed on Twitch, but then suddenly all I hear is Sam singing.
Maniacs on Hulu. I hear it's pretty good.
It's 50-50.
The new one is Like I'm happy that it's back, and I'm glad that they're trying to assimilate to the new.
Right?
But I don't like it.
Is it still by Steven Spielberg?
Yeah.
Yes. No, it's nothing wrong with it. It's just it can be a hit or a miss.
I mean, I like it, but I feel like they can't be as non-PC as they were anymore.
Yeah, because they were very non-PC. Like after watching season 1, holy shit.
I still remember that one.
Are we taking off?
It usually pops up as a meme. Dust for Prince. And then she pulls up Prince, like, no, fingerprint.
Take off.
Fingerprints. My phone is not in airplane mode. I wonder what will happen if I leave it that way.
Crash.
Well, in the safety video, they're like, something catastrophic will happen. I'm like, nothing catastrophic happens. I've flown with like 2 planes before. We're taking off.
This is a simulated flight. This is not a simulated flight crash.
You remember what happens in The Simpsons when Bart was playing his Game Boy?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
You cannot play your Game Boy. Okay, turns off. Turn it on! Turn it back on!
Stop doing that. Kindle, Amazon, Telegram, Safari, Chrome, Discord, Streamlabs. Yay, we're flying and everything's shaking weird. Who switched this back to Imperial? I mean, to metric. Sí. ¿Cómo se nota?
My foot is about 12 inches.
Pero ya luego está en el registro, pues.
Foot.
There was some review of the game or something I was reading somewhere. Oh wait, no, it was a comment on some other person playing it. And like one of the comments on YouTube was like, why would you choose to be in economy? I'm like, they don't give you the choice in this game.
Nope.
You are just in economy. You also can't tell where in the plane you are in economy. I see the wing. I must be in the middle.
No, you're like at the back tail end.
Yeah, I'm like right here. Because I can see the wing, so I gotta be like right there, but not there. And I've flown on this type of airplane before. I've flown on the one that has the center restroom. The A320s, some of their configurations have a center restroom too, so I've flown on that one at least. It takes up like the middle bulkhead. I'm gonna recline my seat. Fuck the person behind me.
I just remember being like shocked by the bathroom when I was back in Texas.
The first class bathroom?
It was such a nice airplane bathroom. It was like, I'm gonna make myself need to go pee just so I can have an excuse to go look at the bathroom.
I actually have space in this bathroom.
Oh yeah,
no. There actually was space in that bathroom. Like,
the first class bathroom? Oh my god.
I had to go to the bathroom right after Lee had like laid all the way down.
Yep.
I'm a considerate friend.
What you watching there, friend? That movie from 1902 where they go to the moon?
What it is?
They looked at me. I'm gonna mess with your light, okay?
Oh, there's no...
He didn't notice.
Oh, what?
Turn on his air, turn on his light, turn on that light, turn on my light, turn on everyone's air.
Just realized,
You noticed something.
there's no call button.
No, I don't get to call the flight attendant. They don't want me to do that. I'm not allowed to call the flight attendant.
Okay.
Wow, 1 out of 5 stars. I could not call a flight attendant.
Wait, I might be able to call the flight attendant on the remote.
I'm gonna say the N-word from... Boy. You can't say the N-word, that's racist from... Spoil.
Wait, what?
Random viewer people.
NIAH.
A momentary pause.
Huh?
No, what did I do?
Austin Market rewards, because I bought we bought the holiday stuff for Thanksgiving, and it gave me like a shit ton of points, and it was enough to like give myself the $25 prime rib special. So I'm just like, yeah, I'm getting bougie because I can't eat the Peking duck that I at the place I wanted to because I'm worried about my health now.
Nice.
I told you what happened, right? So I actually had that restaurant on Christmas Eve because I was craving, wanted to try out what one of their foods are like. So I ordered the steak with black pepper sauce, thinking that it was this one place I had since they both had the same name. I was incredibly wrong. And it was still goodish, but the problem was that
there's turbulence.
Oh no!
Just because I left my phone on.
They put in so much salt in the food, it was really hard for me to eat. And at some certain bites, I felt like I tasted ammonia or something super gassy.
Oh yeah,
not
you said.
normal thing.
Let me see if this is the same magazine, because that'd be weird if it was just the exact same magazine that I've already drawn in. Yay! We get to do the same crossword puzzle over again.
Yay!
Yeah, that's the main reason why I didn't want to. I canceled my urge to eat Peking duck today. Unless there's a better Chinese restaurant that actually serves it somewhere in the area. But the one I normally get my duck at does not have it available at the moment, because of COVID. Or I can just buy myself a $35 beef. Extra large beef bowl at this one other location. Okay. You'll soon take E.
Now, see, the fun of having my iPad next to me is that I can see when people are trying to use the N-word and just proactively ban them.
Yeah.
Even though, I have chat moderation things, so I can't do the thing, but it was the fact that he was using repeated letters that gets annoying.
Oh, with the NNHHH, whatever announcement that gets
he typed out the N-word, but he left out the G's, and then it was just a bunch of A's and H's.
I mean, if you want to be horrible, that's fine. I don't mind. I mean, I'm a troll of some sort too, but it's just really annoying. Can't you see that I'm trying to enjoy a 6-fucking-hour flight?
That word is racist.
With a movie that I've never seen from the 1900s.
Still going on? Shit.
Yeah, it's the actual full movie. It's, I don't think it's that long. I forget if it's like
It's like
minutes.
10. Yeah, it's like 10 to 20 minutes or something like that. It was super short.
I mean, I know it was amazing for its time.
Yeah, it was innovative or whatever.
I mean, it was. They had sets and they had like stuff.
So it's basically like you're looking out
And they're going to the moon. And it's back when they thought the moon was made of cheese.
I'm gonna eat more cheese now.
Looks, if you look up at that red moon, it's made out of, what's that red cheese again?
I love that it's just like a giant cannon that they're going to light to actually fling these people
Isn't that
to
Dutch
the moon.
cheese you're talking about?
No, it's not actually the cheese that's on the outside, it's just a red wax.
Yeah, the Dutch cheese or whatever.
And then look, it flies into the moon's eye.
I don't remember. You're probably right.
It might be Babybel that, well, it's Babybel here, but like in, like...
Look at that.
Oh god.
The moon got a bullet in his eye.
There's a bullet in the cheese? What?
Yay!
Oh, wow,
Look,
that's
we're
where that
on the
reference from
moon.
Futurama came from. Now I
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, look, we're on the moon. Never mind that there's no atmosphere up here and we wouldn't be able to breathe.
No
It's
air.
helmets in space. Who needs a pressurized suit?
And look, their spaceship just disappeared. Is that Earth? Yeah. No one can see you.
Earth.
No, it didn't disappear. They broke it down.
Oh no! There's an explosion and a fire for some reason.
The fire is gone.
I think I have an application for requesting an unban.
This whole time we've been watching the movie, we didn't even start the crossword yet.
I mean, we've done this crossword a couple times. One of these is Boeing.
Oh, it's always the same one?
So far, they haven't changed, like, they haven't done an update yet. Swiss Bundesstaat. That's the one we didn't look at last time. And the Lolo people.
World geography, history, and general knowledge.
I remember what 2 down was.
I think 18 down was Boeing. But the problem is Airbus also fits in here, but then I think it has to be Boeing because 27 across is China. Oh, damn it, I forgot how to make a G. C H I N.
It's stupid that it has to be a
I know, and I like that the pen is both blue and like pink.
pen. Yeah.
You know,
Oh, yeah,
like
that
a,
weird-
like a real ballpoint pen of this indiscriminate brand that's totally not like a Bic.
Right.
How dare you say that word?
A dick? No.
Now you're gonna get sued.
A modern day Shiba.
Shiba? Oh.
How many letters?
What?
Oh, 24 across and 24 down only requires 1 letter. But like 24 across is just
Yeah. And down, and I'm like, what the hell? And there's also two 27s.
like, yeah.
24 down is
Yeah.
AD. Or no, 24 across is AD.
What's something?
Is it B?
That also
24 down is Switzerland's top level domain. Which I thought that was SZ. And not something H. Maybe. Maybe 27 across isn't. I know this one's COD. But I know Maybe 27 across isn't China. Country with railway lines, you can look at the planet twice. It seems like it though.
27.
Britain, maybe? No, I accidentally wrote them.
27 across.
Country with railway lines that could loop the planet twice. Holland! I don't know. Ground floor of the Capitol building. Is that the house? Yeah, this is totally my handwriting. Endangered Vanuatuan language. Created the island of Orpheus.
Human musical instrument that's very French.
French horn. I don't know. The F horn.
It might be horn because it's only 4 letters.
I know, but I don't know if it is the French horn.
It might be 18 across. Swiss Bundesland.
Franz Joseph Strauss. What is the airport code for Franz Joseph Strauss?
A large hill with over 19 million inhabitants.
Could this be high? I'm gonna make it high. First internet message. 1 million years. A large hill with over 19 million inhabitants.
Starts with an O.
The Ozarks. I mean, Ozark fits, but I don't know if that's correct. An American city that God forgot. Oh, we knew this one. We looked it up. Right?
Utica.
Utica. Utica, New York.
Oh,
Oh,
number
look,
1
they're
across
back
is
to the
Han.
moon.
Number 1 across is Han.
Oh, right, yes. The Huns. You're a Hun.
I'm part Han.
That explains you liking Genghis Khan at the mall. No.
Or not Han. I'm part Mongolian because I have the stupid dots on. Because that's how I know, like, that's how you know if you're part Mongolian, because you get those blue dots.
Blue dots where?
Huh?
Blue dots where?
Like usually, what's the area that's like up between your foot and your leg? You know that you can bend.
Your ankle?
Like on the top part, is that still called an ankle?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I guess. It's still
Okay,
that
yeah.
whole ankle component.
Like the joints? Kind of?
I guess so. It's like I have a blue dot on the top part here. I'm just gonna post a picture of it.
How dare.
Oh wait, that's a bruise. How did I bruise myself? Where did I get this bruise? No, now I'm concerned. Where did I get this bruise?
Are you channeling Allie?
We're just channeling Allie.
It doesn't hurt though. That's the thing. So I don't know if that actually would be my.
Welcome to my life, Sam. Where did this blue bruise come from? It doesn't hurt. I don't know where I got it or when.
That's what mine is. I'm like, I don't know what this bruise is. I have a bruise on my arm. I don't know where it came from. Oh, the world's shallowest ocean. Was that Indian? No, Arctic. Find all these bruises and just be like,
finding the gold line of bruises.
Wait, are they meeting with? I'm confused now. Did they come back from the moon, or are they still on the moon?
No, they just. I think that is the start of it.
It's either the start of it, or they're still on the moon and they found some weird.
Is that the only thing you can watch?
No, it was just fun. There's two other movies, but I think they're from the 1930s and the 1940s.
actually don't know where my birthmark is anymore.
Charlie Chaplin.
Maybe it might be under the
Hey,
roof.
what is 16
But, like,
across?
So it's you get two. There's like one of two places to have the birthmark if you're a Mongolian. It's like the top of your ankle or your butt. And I have both. If you have Mongolian descent, that's what I was told when I was a kid by my parents. That's head across. I can't really tell.
It says it's the Lolo people. 13 across is a genuine in German and a village in Scotland.
Wait, is it Lolo Hawaii? Like Hawaiian?
Maybe? If it is, that could be high, but that's also high here. Hi.
Mongolian spas are genial birthmarks of the most commonly over the They are bluish greens, black in color, oval to irregular in shape.
Yep. I have to know them.
I feel like Switzerland's top level domain is SZ. Should then not make this China, but what would start with a Z? $29 down. It's also 2 words, 2 letters. Ancient city that was once coastal but is now inland.
I'm gonna just go with Lolo because I'm not gonna. Ah, okay. You got it wrong.
They must be low
Yay.
people because they're not high.
Oh, god damn it.
We're cruising now.
Some
so
people, when they
welcome to
get the
flight.
birthmark, it
Hopefully
looks
the
like more
weather
like a big
cooperates,
rash.
and we can give you a nice, smooth ride.
I know I have 2 spots.
I'll let you know if there's any other
Yeah,
updates.
that's interesting, though.
That's
This
how
is
you know if you're
weird because
from
I know
Mongolian.
it has the hole to equalize the pressure between the interior pane and the exterior pane, but it doesn't do that on airplanes.
Isn't that just
Ladies and
frost?
gentlemen, the
Frost and condensation, but it doesn't do that. That's what I mean.
Start cruising altitude. You are now free to move about the cabin,
Yeah,
but we
exactly.
ask that while in your seat, you keep your seatbelt fastened. At this time, the use of all approved portable electronic devices is
Yeah,
permitted.
the crossword puzzle was wrong.
Condensation.
It's not high.
Martha, what is this fog that is collecting on the glass?
Well,
That's
you know,
condensation.
condensation.
Oh, I didn't
And
know
what
that.
of this fog on my water? That
That is
too
also
is
condensation.
Condensation.
Oh, they have Sudoku.
Yeah, we can also work on Kakuro. Or I can just draw funny faces.
Oh
on
wow,
people.
I was actually able to hear the movie for a second.
Yeah, it's because I turned on my headphones. Pulled them out of my bag. Now we've got the intro music. And look, there's an in-flight messaging system. I can message other people on this plane.
You should message.
Hey, quiet that baby.
I don't even know what seat I'm in.
No. You should be You should make this into a Call of Duty lobby.
My dad owns Microsoft. He'll sue you.
Like, what if I just pick like A? Can I? Click the A? No. Will that do anything? Y? There's a Y there. Backspace.
Stephanie, are you behind the TV?
As long as you
I can hear her like stretching and shaking her head between the wall and the dresser.
You're gonna have to call your next cat Hades, and they're gonna be best friends.
You know what? Maybe I will.
so
just like
morbid.
what,
I get it, but yeah.
We're not gonna get another cat until Pumpkin or Tut are like past.
kicks the bucket basically.
They're both very healthy for old men, so despite their throwing up issues and their asthma.
What about this scenario then? You hear a scratching on the door. You think it's one of the cats that got outside, but it's a stray. And it looks malnourished. What do you do?
I beg, Xander.
Or you find another kitten under the car. Like me, who I just find kittens under cars. Well, my friend's friend died and left behind this German Shepherd, and they need someone to take it in, and I'm like, oh, I would take a German Shepherd, but there's nowhere to keep them in this house.
Your yard isn't big enough, huh?
I would love to have a police dog.
His yard
It's
is
not a
tiny.
real police dog, but I mean, it's still fun for the Migra neighbors who don't live there anymore, so they don't know the stories of me being a Fed. I mean, I am a Fed, or I was, but that's how my mom used to keep my parking spot. And I was like, you can't tell people that. I only found out because my aunt was telling me. She was like, your mom's telling people that you're in La Migra and that's why you have a parking spot. Mom, you can't tell people that. I'm like, it's not wholly untrue. I could still report it at that time.
Amiga.
Do we have a 9? I do. Now I can take the 8 and put it there. I said the 8. God damn it. 8. Yay. 5, 4, 3. Yay. And let's see. The movies they have on board
And he turns it off.
is A Trip to the Moon from 1902, Flight to Nowhere on 1946, The Atlantic Flight from 1937, and The Wabbit Who Came to Supper from 1942.
The Wabbit?
Yeah, because it's a
Rabbit.
Merry Melodies.
So legit.
Mhm.
Oh god. This game is
Oh, he's still watching that fucking 1900s movie.
This one, yes. The last time that I went on the big old flight, all of my passengers were just watching the credits because I accidentally triggered them. And the entire flight was just the credits. So I'm like, but this dude looks like he was on some form of Law and Order or something until he turned around. He's turning around a lot. You know I'm talking about you weirdo.
Look at him. He's trying to ignore you. Oh, there you go. He turned his head.
She turned around too.
Holy crap, it's the older version where Elmer was fucking
Ooh,
fat.
He folded his arms. He's miffed now.
Holy crap, it's Fat Elmer.
Well, it's 1947, so it's...
I know, I forgot that the older
See?
version of Elmer is basically him being that fat.
Well, he's younger and fatter, so maybe they Maybe they progressed him to make him thin because he never catches anything.
Maybe.
Elmer Cheever Avenue. I'm leaving you $3 million.
It's Bugs Bunny before he became Chungus.
John gets among it.
But you don't get 1 cent if you hurt any animals, especially rabbits.
To Wabbit, go and womp and frolic in the forest. Oh boy, I'm rich.
Like 3
I
million.
remember this episode. They would show it a lot.
Yeah.
$3 million.
I mean, $3 million in 1947 money is a lot.
Isn't that equivalent of like 1 to 2 billion?
But then look at his house already. He's already doing pretty well. Piano.
It's a piano.
Right? He has a grand piano.
He's a grand piano. He has this much room. That chair.
Come on out or I'll blow your head off.
He has a roof.
I'm just an angel in the sky.
A clawfoot bathtub. Why?
Because I was getting ready to shower. There's no door between the bedroom and the bathroom.
Nope.
And like he was like, I wasn't even gonna touch you because I didn't want to scare you. I'm like, well, you scared me.
Please, Mr. Wabbit, go on back to the forest where you belong.
I know.
Mr. Wabbit. Ooh, ouch, ouch. Hey, what are you trying to do? Kill me? Hey, you're fracturing my skull.
I mean, look at that painting in the background.
Operator. Hey, you got a nickel?
He has a phone.
Hello, operator. Give me walnut treat.
Albert, you can't.
Oh, that's you, Mert?
I'm trying
I'll
not
give you a
to,
little thing.
but it's hard
Connie.
when I
Mr.
smoke
Wabbit,
nicotine constantly.
don't call Uncle Wooey.
Oh no,
Oh,
I'm
dear,
smoking
that's
nicotine,
lifestyle.
not tobacco.
Where are we? Over
And
the
I've been
Atlantic.
smoking this a lot more since I'm already past my second week of not smoking weed.
Because of the
So
state
let's
you're
see,
in?
Today's... Oh no, I brought like over half an ounce and like 2 grams of concentrate.
Or just because you don't wanna?
I'm taking a tolerance break, so I have like... I decided to take a break for 3 weeks, so I have like 5 days left. So that first hit is gonna be fire.
So you can be super stoned in 6 days.
That is super smart right there.
Yep,
Yeah.
because then you end up building too much tolerance and then it becomes expensive.
Especially when you smoke concentrates, because they're so fucking strong.
God damn it,
Like,
we're
the
still
ones
over
I
the
have,
United States.
They're over 90%.
Fucking Rhode Island, it's not even an island.
Wait, is concentrate the wax? Or am I
It's
getting
bathroom free.
getting it wrong?
The bathroom isn't free. We should have gone to the bathroom. Let's listen to a podcast. Look at the photos on my phone. They're all cats.
Cats.
You're a cat, man.
They're all cats, and they're also a picture of the wing that I took in Massachusetts. And they're a picture of the screen that I took in Halifax.
Oh my god, it actually keeps track of your own photos.
And a picture of the lady that was sitting next to me that I also took in Halifax. But look at this kitty.
It looks like it has a toupee.
Kitty. Persephone!
Now he has a handlebar mustache.
Like a true gentleman.
Look at this one. It's like Persephone and Tut.
So it would be Tunsephone?
No.
Or this one. It looks like Miko.
It looks like a cheeseburger cat.
Oh.
Miko.
Oh, look at that little ball. Let's make it
Was
our
Miko
ball.
the one that... Miko's the one that passed.
Yeah.
Miko, me.
Oh, well, now I can't see. What is native? Oh, is native the... It plays... No, it plays, all the stuff. Oh, it's a translator. For all the announcements. What's on my music? Music, camera, pioneers. I have 1,600 pioneer points.
What can you redeem it for?
Nothing. 3,400 points to the next tier.
Nothing.
Today's flight is JFK to Reykjavik.
Oh, I can do a pickup later today. What time do I want to game it?
Look, I can play The Walking Dead Little Walkie. Is that a zipper? I don't know what he does.
Oh, you kill it.
What it is.
Aim at the head.
I'm so confused. No. Time to listen to a podcast. I can talk to the other passengers. Good, Jamie.
Welcome back to Eggplant, The Secret Lives of Games. I'm Nick Sutner. I'm here with Andy Nealon.
Hello.
Zach Gage.
I was able to see the keyboard last time.
Hi, Nick.
Hello, Doug. And we are 4 game developers. We have candid conversations with other game creators that dive deep into the art, craft, and process of making games. From here. But today it's just going to be us, no guests, and we're going to be talking about the topic of durational games, which might be relevant to some folks and their habits and interests. Doug, can you
bathrooms free
a little bit about what you mean by this concept?
Yeah, so let's talk about
go to the bathroom.
Waiting around in games, waiting for games, rituals of play around games. So I think the commercial games industry has this kind of focus on games as this like object or product that you buy, and as a result, we tend to focus on the content in the game itself,
how it kind of just
the graphics or the sound. Or
but I can put it in the trash
game until I have, and that's all fair and good. But I think anyone who's spent a lot of time thinking about games and thinking about playing really understands that the context around a game or your mindset going into a game massively affects how much you enjoy it. Right? Like you can enjoy the worst, quote unquote, the worst game ever if you're kind of in the right mood for it, right? Or you could have the best game ever, quote unquote, a 10 out of 10, the best graphics and game mechanics ever, whatever. But if the context is really wrong or you're in the wrong mood, you're not going to enjoy it. And so if we take this as kind of like a prompt for playing interestingly together or making weird new kinds of games, we might start to ask, well, how can I influence somebody's context or kind of mood to enjoy some kind of new game that maybe has a different relationship to time, or maybe even let's take an old familiar game but totally remix it just by some kind of house rule or treating it differently.
And some of these games are ones that either operate on their own schedule or within a fixed amount of time, or incorporate sort of a real world calendar, or like you're saying, just maybe take an existing game and sort of putting your own structure on it to play it in an interesting way. But yeah, I'd love to hear an example, and I think we all brought something to talk about.
Yeah, and I think this topic is especially relevant to 2020, life under lockdown,
chat. See, there's still a cigarette ashtray.
Reliving
even though
our
they don't want you
Groundhog
smoking
Days.
them.
That's partly why this topic is irrelevant now. So let me
Why would
make
they have
this
an
concrete.
ashtray if they don't
Rock,
want you
paper,
to smoke?
scissors.
I asked
What do you all
about
think
that
about that
once
game?
to like my friend who's
pretty
a flight
boring,
attendant, and
right?
she's like, "Well, we don't want you smoking, but we
I know
also
they
want
do,
you to
but I know
have
they do
somewhere
play
to
it,
put them
like,
if you are
competitively
illegally
as well, and there's,
smoking."
like some gnarly. Maybe you pointed this out to me in the
Wow.
past. There's like gnarly like research papers.
Because then,
makes sense,
deep
but
competitive.
yeah, because you don't want it to be tossed like
that to me is just
into
applying
the toilet
competitive
and then
to
have like
same old rock paper
issues
scissors,
with
which is, I guess, inherently boring. Maybe.
Yeah, I would just say, Nick, if you came up
It
to
made
me and were like,
noise.
"Hey, Doug, let's play rock paper scissors,"
trying to
you know,
mess with
I wouldn't be thrilled. You know, that doesn't
Alberto.
really.
That's a lie. That's a lie. You know,
excite me.
No, I just saw your.
But how could we make rock
Shazam
paper
post.
scissors interesting? Well, there's lots of different ways,
Oh,
but immediately talking about the temporality
Some of you have been
and the
erratic,
let's
unreliable,
talk about the
downright
duration
sloppy.
of
Not
rock,
you,
paper,
Shazam.
scissors.
You're doing
So
great.
in college,
Oh,
my
yeah,
roommate
that's,
John and I decided to
seven
play
postings.
rock paper scissors,
Yeah.
kind of daily challenge mode. So we would play one and
fun of-
only
Well,
one
Aquaman
time
was
every
okay.
day for a month. We'd keep a tally. You know, we just had like some piece of
Made a
paper
lot of
we
women wet.
taped on the fridge or whatever, where you kind of
Yeah.
made a mark
That
when you went
petition
around.
is
And at the end of the
what,
month
2
or
million
something,
now
like
to
I
remove
can't remember
Amber
exactly
Heard
what it
from
was.
Aquaman 2?
The loser
Yeah.
would buy the other dinner.
Who? What?
So
Oh,
this
Johnny
is
Depp,
rock, paper,
ex-wife.
scissors.
Oh yeah.
We're just
Yeah,
playing
she's a
30
horrible
times,
person.
and whoever wins the most wins. But actually, it's
I'll
totally
be
different
honest, she was pretty
than
good
playing
in Pineapple
just by changing the
Express, but after I
temporality.
heard all that
Because you
bullshit, I was
spend
like,
all
oh,
day
fuck her.
thinking about it,
Mhm.
talking about it. So over lunch, you might say, "Well, hey
And
John,
there's
I'm definitely going rock."
There's a YouTube
Just so you
video
know.
getting made.
I
just
want you to know I'm
I think
definitely going
Alberto
rock.
posted it.
Right, and of course
Um,
that's like this
or
big
Albert.
like psychological game where it's being serious,
But it was,
but it's more
like,
than just about the
TMZ
gameplay. It's also about
talking
that
with Amber
banter
Heard, and
throughout
she's,
the
like,
day, and
just
then like
talking
trying to
about
figure
how
out
this year's gone
patterns.
and stuff like that.
And
And that
so, you know,
she's
that's
adapting,
like that's the
and
simplest
everybody's like,
possible
"Fuck
example I can
you!"
think of. Whereas if you just change the time scale of how
That
we
video
play,
has
having
major
that
amount
whole
of
day,
dislike to like proportion.
that whole 24 hours each day
I
to
was
really
like, let me go
savor
find it and
this
dislike it as
strategic
well.
choice, this banter.
should.
My
You literally
roommate
shit on the
completely
bed.
changes the
Who
experience.
does that?
And so that's
Hit me.
what changing one of the simplest games I can
Yeah,
think of,
she,
rock
like,
paper
literally
scissors.
shit on Johnny
But I
Depp's
think
bed.
Yeah.
that's an example of why we're talking about this topic.
Like that
This
requires
is if we're
being
clever,
there
if we
and
start
like
thinking
doing it,
about
and just
time
like
scale, we can really
people in their right mind don't do that.
discover new flavors of gameplay.
Hit me.
I love that example. I use that example all the time when I'm trying to talk about randomness.
I win.
Because it's such a good
Wait, I
example.
only bet
of,
one.
like, people think randomness
Winner,
is
winner,
this sort of
chicken
very
dinner.
static thing. And
I also tampered with the
input output randomness, and that's it. And they
I
have
tampered with the
values,
smoke
but, like,
alarm and it started going
randomness
off.
is
So I kind of just
related
ran from the
to-
bathroom.
Like, I think of all the
get the
mechanics in
achievement?
games, randomness
I don't
is
know.
probably the most strongly
And also, I
related
kind of
to
ran, but I left the
context
sinks
that
like
you're approaching the game
open.
from.
I mean,
And
kind of want to go
and
see.
that story is such a good example of that because
Like,
rock,
it's
paper,
reset,
scissors,
and
if
the
you just
sink still
ignore
has
the
water in it.
psychological aspect of it. It's like, all right, we're
You know, I
just gonna
just
like
remembered
roll
a funny
dice
fact
every
about
morning.
Johnny Depp.
And it's stupid,
So,
but like suddenly
baby.
you
like,
can
I think
use
in
sort
the
of like
90s, I wanna say,
the temporality
he
of
was in a
the
bidding
thing
war
that you're doing
with Al
to
Pacino over a fragment of
change
skull.
the value
The reason
of
for that is
the
it
like
belongs to
expectation.
a
And
member of a metal
suddenly,
band
now that you
named
have this
Mayhem,
like
who
expectation and
literally
this
slit his
narrative
wrists,
and this thing
walked
with
over
value
to the
to
living
it,
room,
now
grabbed a
randomness,
shotgun, and blew
it's
his
not
brains
boring
out.
anymore, even
And
though
when his roommates came back,
Yeah,
all he
exactly.
left was a
It's
note
also
that said,
adding
sorry for
really
the
interesting
mess.
stakes. The
What?
stakes, if you're just doing
Got
it once a
up
day
to
for a long period of time, are
100,000.
like kind of low in some
Okay.
ways, but it
That's
makes
wonderfully
it does make it
Wait,
really
wait.
important.
Who did he
Yeah.
go against
Yeah.
again? Sorry, I just
And
like
thinking about what you're
zoned
saying
out
is
on
that,
what
like in
your
your
story
game,
was.
Tharsos, that
Robert
was the first
De Niro?
thing
Johnny
that
Depp
were like
and
your
Al Pacino
third
got
person
into a
dice
bidding
is
war
gonna dictate
over a
whether like
fragment
an
of a skull.
astronaut dies. So I just think about stuff that where like like you're saying the context of this really high stake thing does really put a lot of meaning to just literally rolling the dice.
Who won it?
Yeah, I think that's the thing that I think is fascinating about durational stuff with regard to games is I think there are like a limited number of ways that you can attribute value to components of a game. You can
make things mathematically better, like better equipment that you find in an RPG. You can.
Hi, Chad. Are you watching me be on a plane?
Themselves, so you have like a.
No, I'm watching it on my phone. He's just here in the kitchen.
You can also like rig. You can rig it a little bit too, and make things.
I heard something about sucking dick. That's probably not something you want to tell.
I feel less random than actually.
Well, but then like the third way that you can value something is just by someone spending time with it. Like if you play a game for 30 hours.
Oh damn it! I left the water in the sink.
Value attributed to the characters in your party in the RPG, regardless of what the story is, regardless of what the items are. And I think that way of valuing is like something.
There's no toilet paper in here.
It tends to be something that comes for free with games, and not something that is typically overtly like designed for.
I summoned you, flight attendants. There's no paper in
durational games, but there are very few that are like really specifically playing with the value that you get.
There's no toilet paper. Am I supposed to use the paper towel?
Yeah, use the paper towel and
put it in very underused but very cool structure. There's a game that I really like. On the iPhone called Lifeline. It launched like a couple years ago.
Don't put these in there. It's bad.
And basically, it's just a text adventure game where you like. There's some text and then you're offered a choice, and then there's some more text and you're offered a choice. So it's pretty much just a choose your own adventure book, like in structure.
The baby thing.
But the thing that's so cool about it is if you mess up and you die or something, you can always
I've already tampered
points in the story and like continue your
summon them
down
so
another
much.
branch. And the way that they balance that is the conceit of the game is that you're communicating with this astronaut, and they'll be like, "What should I do?"
And then I'm gonna flush it and run
inside the ship or outside the ship because I don't want to get radiation poisoning, but I also don't want to get cold. And you'll like pick one of those.
I went to the bathroom like 4
like
times.
8 hours later, you'll get another message from them.
It's because I tampered with this thing and then I ran.
What ends up happening is it's like, yes, you could
like it started making noise.
If you wanted to do that, you would have to sacrifice all the time that you'd invested, even though you haven't actually done anything. You weren't present. You're just waiting. But if I skip back 12
paper towels in the toilet.
12 hours behind.
Also, I filled up the sink, but I'm gonna drain that.
Way to provide a negative reinforcement to like the player ability to sort of like do whatever they want.
Oh, it went.
And also, it like at the same time as it's doing that, it provides you this like really deep connection to this astronaut character because you're thinking about them over the 12 hours. Like if you play that when you go to sleep, when you wake up, you think,
bet it all. How much do I have? 11.
One example I hadn't thought of too, but is kind of relevant to having that connection with another character.
Bet it all on black.
Is and again, I don't know if it's intentional, but it kind of works out this way.
Hit me. No, not stay.
The book I wrote about Shadow of the Colossus that I think you guys have all read. One thing I talk about there.
I hit the wrong button, but I still won.
With your horse in the game, and a lot of it just comes from you spending like a raw amount of time with this horse.
Like, oh my god! But I want to talk to my fellow passengers.
Landscapes and into battle, and your horse is just like this reliable thing that is just there for you. And there's very few sort of overt.
I want to talk to people in other seats. I want to message
spending time with your horse. So then later in the game, spoilers.
Can I see that
there's
somewhere?
a moment where you like think your horse might be dead, and that moment has a lot of value just because you've actually bonded with this virtual creature like you would an actual person or animal, like spending a lot of time with them. So some stuff can just come out of this like pure amount of time spent.
Unless it's in my bag. Oh god damn it!
Results out of that, and you get this connection to something.
Took my headphones off.
By the way, I think
there's
this
a book
discussion
called
is relevant
Against
to
the
all media.
Grains.
I mean, it's certainly very relevant to games, but I've been thinking about this in terms of TV a lot. So, I'm watching Star Trek Discovery, and it's really cool in a lot of ways. And I'm definitely enjoying it.
French novelist.
It has this like newer Netflix-esque model where there's just like 10 kind of really highly produced episodes per season. And I think it kind of misunderstands the format that makes Star Trek or made Star Trek work in the 90s, right? Like all those Next Generation seasons had like 25 episodes, and there's so much like crap and filler and like
you want to be like a little exhausted by it.
but that's actually what makes Star Trek good. Like that's why people feel like they're like parasocial friends with the Star Trek, right? Because Star Trek was the original podcast.
No, I know what you said.
And I think that's a good. No matter how good Discovery is, you can't actually get that intent.
I know you said dong.
Imagine if you could join a Discord and hang out with like Picard.
I know, that's why. It's like,
Because it's like the mundanity of it that you appreciate.
Yeah, it's the mundanity for sure. I wanted to point that out because I think to some degree, and it doesn't have to be either or, but it is an interesting wrinkle to the discussion we've been having on previous episodes about like small games or short games, right? So we talked to the Disc Room team about really respecting the player's time. We talked to Stuff Wombat about kind of deliberately small games. And not that I think everyone should make 60-hour AAA games, but part of me feels like, wait, no, don't.
I want a 60-hour AAA game.
I want to spend all this Monday.
I will draw a 60-hour. I will sit in a 60-hour AAA game. Hell, I played a game where you're tech support.
There's like a really interesting counterpoint, I think, developing.
Although I was trying to get the ending where I helped take down the
story. Doug, was that the first game you played as like a daily challenge, the self-imposed daily challenge?
Wait, I can't draw on this page.
Probably, yeah.
Because yeah, I mean, for people who haven't listened,
because I started drawing on this page,
like you and your old roommate, and also Zach, like you guys were some of the thought provokers to get the daily challenge implemented as a feature in
it's just up here.
Yes, become sort of an industry standard concept. So I also
took a sleeping pill
with rock paper scissors, which is even better that it came from something.
I'm wondering because when that kicks in, it makes everything start look weird, and then I start going dark. Maybe I can pass out in the bathroom.
Direct, kind of like lineage. I mean, it's certainly I think one of the things in this too of like when people like me and Zach were kind of rallying the Spelunky dev team to put in the daily challenge.
I don't know. I
think I can try to pass out in the bathroom, but I have to wait until my vision starts getting weird. I can't even tell.
It's just in the way you guys.
It's naturally blurry because of
thinking about there was a lot of stuff before the show. I was like trying to come up with like a list of this stuff. It's actually, by the way, really hard to Google. If anyone Googles like durational games or games in real time, it's like these are not. This is like nigh unfindable stuff online. So you just got to come up with it on the spot. But
yeah, it is hard to.
I was thinking about my relationship with a couple board games actually too. And this is again more in the ritual side of things. But every day for the past couple months, almost every day, I've been playing a match of Castles of Burgundy, which is
it's a 5-hour flight. We're somewhere.
I think it's easily the best one in my opinion.
No, we're still over the U.S.
The sort of game that takes probably like at least 10 minutes per person, if not more, if you have 4 people. But with 2 players playing,
there's clouds, but look, we're still like just leaving Boston.
Matt, just like knocking out a game every day.
Take that pill. Take another pill.
And this interesting like meta relationship emerges where it's not
forever sleep is bad.
Who wins every day? It's about like the shifting strategies over the course of.
So we're going 0.63 Mach.
He's always leaning into the farm animals, and I always refuse to do that. But now I can
how long have I been on my flight?
Dip a toe in and see how it's working for him, and like just the way we play the game really changes over this long.
We arrive at 10:53.
We've talked a lot about Lost Cities, both on the show. You and I in person, Doug, and played Lost Cities. Maybe it's still my favorite like card game. And I know you and your partner were playing a bunch in quarantine, and that's another game too, where it's like. You know, a pretty simple sort of
475 miles per hour,
like numbers, odds game about going on these
36,033 feet.
Oh wait, we're still climbing cards down in different like suits and numbers.
So like a little
and
over 4 hours.
That's a game too that it's pretty simple and you can have a good time.
Yeah,
and it's meant to be played like best 2 out of 3, I think. But if you play the game,
well, that's how we can sit here and do things that we
the
can't
same
do
person over a longer period of time. It turns into this whole psychological game of like sort of bluffing and like I'm gonna throw a card in the discard pile. I need because I know that the other player might be interested in going for it because I know they're like
I'm turning on the
tolerance
Wi-Fi
is relatively high, and so it's like it turns into a whole different thing.
Connect to Wi-Fi, but I am turning on the phone's Wi-Fi.
That's another good example. Yeah,
I'm not wearing my seatbelt.
My partner and I have, but at least in the first half of lockdown in 2020, we were playing every day. But so kind of regular Lost Cities as prescribed by the rules say play 3 times, whoever has.
And then they have a trivia game that's coming.
Rounds to this game, the winner. But very quickly we can house rule ourselves to make that game more durational. So what my partner and I play are like first to 2,000 points or something, right? And if we play like 3 games every day, maybe after 2 weeks or whatever, one of us will finally get to 2,000 points. But it's that broader.
I think it connected to the Wi-Fi.
Actually makes us, as you're saying, have our own meta,
did connect to the
have
Wi-Fi,
our own kind of comebacks and kind of great falls over the course of a week or two.
No, I can put
and
those
so
there.
I think the lesson is it's relatively easy to take a game that you think you know and apply a different kind of time scale to it.
That
played
reminds
Solitaire
me of, I hadn't even thought about this until you're
before.
talking about that, but I have a very fond gaming memory of in high school, some of my friends and I used to do 99 stock Smash matches, which is like a 3-hour adventure. And we just started at like 11 p.m. at night, and you're just like playing and it's like at first it's really intense, and then everybody's just exhausted, and then it becomes intense again. And it's just like what a bizarre experience to play a game like that for so long.
I mean, it's funny because as we talk about it, you're reminded of all these things that just weird moments in time that I didn't think would like come up again. But yeah, I remember playing staying up all night with some friends playing Uno, where like you get to like add a house rule every round, and it's like it's constantly changing, and just playing that till you want to throw up at 4 a.m. and you feel awful and exhausted, and like that's half the fun. That's good.
On the opposite end of that, Nick, you and I play Lost Cities like one move a week.
That's true. Not intentionally, but it works out that way.
I know, but it's like I like that. I like that I'm playing this like extremely glacially slow version of Lost Cities with you, where every now and then I'm like, oh yeah, we still have this game going. We started this like what, a month ago?
Did I go through all the cards already?
At this point.
And I'm playing a lot of Lost Cities at that pace with like a handful of people. So then it's really weird because like all hopes of trying to like focus on arguments specifically are out. It's like this weird turn-by-turn thing. I also remember trying to play Lords of Waterdeep, which is also like a medium crunchy like Euro game about sort of capturing or like building up parts of the city and then different areas of the city of different powers. And it's a game that can go up to 7 players, and I played a couple years ago a 7-player game asynchronously, and it took like 5 months or something. And we were taking turns relatively regularly, but it's just inevitably it takes forever. It's kind of funny, but it did add this other weird flavor that you wouldn't get otherwise. So I guess we are talking about sort of subverting a lot of things to fit into this more, I don't know, or different way of playing it. Not more interesting. Sometimes more interesting, but there's also, I think, examples like Desert Bus, maybe, which are sort of the more a classic archetypical one for directional games, which that's one of the few that I think people might know by name because that turned into a whole thing. I don't know if you want to explain that, Doug, or if I can.
All the queens, no kings.
From your, because you do teach directional games as well as part of your Game of Week syllabus.
Yeah, I teach a Game of Week class, and every week is a new topic. So it might be like physics or camera work, or I said
like that video where it's just a cat going.
Topic, and half the reason I choose a topic is to expose the students to some like, really important technical idea or really useful conceptual idea. So duration, in the past I've called that rituals. I think rituals are inherently kind of wrapped up in duration. As like, hey, actually this is a pretty simple way, and pretty radical way to totally alter the flavor of gameplay is just by thinking really consequentially about temporality. So lots of durational games we can take. Yeah, so Desert Bus is probably
for a moment I came in and I thought you actually had some
endurance games. So this is a mini game from an unreleased 1995.
Look, my shirt is blue over here.
Penn and Teller's
over here it's brown.
Mirrors, which is starring celebrity magician duo Penn and Teller. And this is a game that's actually kind of like a satire against
blue and black.
I like that about video games. So it's kind of a satire against the anti-video game lobby at the time. So in this mini game, you drive from virtual Tucson to virtual Las Vegas, but in real time. So that
I want to drive from virtual Tucson to virtual Las Vegas in real time.
Who would dare do that?
8 hours. Now you're driving through this incredibly minimalistic and very boring
What game
desert.
is this?
But the genius kind of design thing here is you actually have to pay constant attention to it because your bus is always kind of like veering off the road, so you need to be there constantly to kind of like adjust. And when you arrive, you earn one point,
put that on,
and then you can drive back if you want for another point, and so forth. So on. And this became so legendary that it actually ended up spawning this like popular annual charity marathon, Desert Bus for Hope, where they just keep driving back and forth kind of for days over the course of a week.
No, I think it's just
to raise money for charity. So this is
I can't order food. It's not time for meal service.
Political satire.
I don't know how long it's been.
Just a very famous example of one of these challenges. Okay, let's think of the most boring game possible, but in being so far in that extreme, it kind of loops back around.
I started at what, 120 or something.
Now, all of that said, I think we can point to kind of like slightly more interesting conceptual art kind of takes on this idea of like endurance or duration. So another one I would immediately point to is Pippin Bar's Durations.
Oh,
so this is a web
they're
game,
announcing food.
Even Flash that you can play for free on
Shut Up Podcast.
And Pippin Bar is a really cool news.
Shut Up for a Moment podcast. They'll be coming around your mountain when she comes.
Whoa,
My favorite podcast.
Did you hear this, you gentleman person next to me? They're coming with food.
He's talking to the other guy next to him.
What did you say? They're coming on food?
No, that's only in Japan. Look, the sun is setting, and the frost has gotten bigger.
Hey, big guy, the sun's setting.
What? Meal selection. Take a minute to let us know your meal. Ooh. I can have water, soda, cola, ginger ale, orange juice, apple juice, tomato juice, beer, white wine, or red wine.
Wine?
Well, you took the sleeping pill, right? So if you take the wine, then
I'll die.
Goodbye, life.
Wait, are we not having full meal service?
See options.
This is a 6-hour flight. Just snack time.
Click on the options.
It just gives me the drinky options again.
Is it? Oh wow.
Maybe we'll get a snack and a drink, and then I'll fall asleep. And then I'll try to see.
Wasted.
I'll try to see if the bathroom is free and we can pass out in the bathroom.
That's the way to go.
Turn on my passenger person's air. He breathes funny. He's wearing a scarf. No, he's wearing a hoodie. I'm staring at you, Mr. Sir, trying to ignore me. Like we do with everybody on planes. Don't you see the option in the middle of your screen?
No, he wants to see his movie.
I can clearly click on it. No. Take off. Take off. Take off.
Oh, are you getting fuzzy?
Oh, yes. Aw.
Oh, no.
Does the fuzziness go away in the bathroom? No, it doesn't.
No!
But my drink is coming.
Run the water, run the water.
I'm like, but my drink is coming. I can't pass out in the bathroom.
I like how it happened. Like,
Oh no!
What?
Keep on dropping things. Keep on dropping things. Everywhere. Just put it everywhere. Don't even bother in putting it in the toilet. Just drop everything.
Oh gosh.
Hey, big guy. The sun's setting.
Oh. I'm asleep in the bathroom.
Yay!
I wake up in the bathroom. Yay. That's all I want to know.
I was like, I can't do anything while I'm in here. Like my mouse is even stuck in the dead center. I hope there's an achievement for falling asleep in the bathroom.
I mean, that'd be hella cool. You fell asleep in the bathroom. Achievement unlocked.
I'm sure the flight attendants would have checked in on you. They can open that door still.
Pass out with your dick out. That should be the achievement name.
Sir, were you trying to clog the toilet? No. I just fell asleep when a bunch of paper towels like fell under me. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm clearly just... It'd be funny if I wake up in my seat. Yep.
Oh, wow, Sam.
Have we had mealtime yet, sir? How did I get back to my seat?
You said you saw my meme, but you didn't put a react on it. That hurts my feelings.
No, that's sharing their meme without reacting to it. That's what's mean.
Okay, well, I'm back in my seat, so I was able to fall asleep in the bathroom, but I'm somehow at my seat.
What? Did the flight attendants just drag you back to your seat?
I guess.
I like
just pull his pants up and put him back in his seat.
Just had to drag his body from the bathroom back into the cabin.
Just awkwardly back in my seat, and nobody cares. My seatbelt's not even on.
Nope. Totally normal flight. It's fine.
That dude was like, oh, he fell asleep on the toilet? Yeah, I kind of expected that.
You can see the lady's face in the front.
He was messing with all this shit. He was totally gonna do that. I'm like, I do want another... I want an SUV for my next car, but, like, the new Honda Civic prototype looks nice. But I'm like, I really... Oh my god. Hummer is making an electric vehicle.
Nice.
Hummer is making a GMC Hummer electric vehicle pickup for $89,000.
How long will the battery last? Like per Philip.
Yeah, because like a Hummer's like MPG is already 6. So I'm like, what did this improve it to? 10?
10 miles for one tank?
I mean, the interior looks nice, but it looks like they ripped off a Land Rover Defender. Oh, and it's a convertible pickup.
That's weird.
There's this article I just found from Forbes. Lyft has partnered with health insurance giant Anthem, JP Morgan Chase, and the United Way to get Americans to and from COVID-19 vaccination sites.
See, that's why I like Lyft, even if they did all the shady things during the election.
The caption reads, Lyft preps rides for 60 million low-income of Americans to COVID-19 vaccinations.
That's good. Ooh, Land Rover's making a new Defender. But we don't get it, though. It's only for diesel countries.
Boo.
Wait, don't we have diesel in this area as well?
We do, but it means Land Rover's only marketing it for the UK. I don't like the Ford Bronco because they wouldn't let Allie sit in the trunk at the thing we were at.
Wow.
Well, safety hazard.
Haters.
They were showing off the car. It wasn't going to go anywhere. And it's not like they know that Allie hurts herself all the time.
You would just alley it up somehow.
I'm like, it's not like they know that Allie hurts herself all the time. I'm gonna put my tray table down. God damn it, you guys drag me out of the bathroom and don't even like...
Oh jeez, I just tuned back into the fucking live feed and I just see this, what was it, like a centipede on the fucking screen?
There's a centipede? What?
Oh no, it was that white bar thing. It looked like a centipede for some reason.
The John Deere Gator. It's since I subscribe to like 3 car magazines. Where's my Popular Mechanics? Oh well, it's in this room somewhere.
What? Why are they only showing their feet?
Because that's your fetish.
I think money isn't everything. That reminds me, I've got to call Myrtle.
This was for the women. Come on, have that pant leg. I want to see that calf.
She's showing ankle.
See you later. Okay.
Mr. Carrington, you are Hobie Carrington, aren't you?
Yeah?
Can we go somewhere where we could talk?
I'm listening. Go right ahead.
I want to charter your plane.
The face doesn't match those legs.
I'm taking the weekend off. I just told my mechanic to...
Yes, I know what you told your mechanic, but you see, this is very important to me. I have to get to Death Valley.
Getting married?
Oh, no, of course not. Why should you ask?
Because all I've been doing is flying the milk run for Cupid. Now I want to relax.
Looks like
small restaurants,
Cary Grant, but I can't tell.
Soft lights, soft music.
What's the lady in the front row doing?
Soft shoulders.
Why not have dinner with me?
It's the best offer I've had today. Where did we go?
I had a table reserved in the hotel in Death Valley.
Oh, just make out like I didn't say anything.
Oh, I'll pay you well. I'll give you $500. On account.
On account?
Holy shit.
I'll pay you some more.
$500 and $1947.
There a few days. Now, what about that dinner?
No. I'm just beginning to develop an appetite.
The lady in front of me.
What's your name?
Oh, Catherine Forrest. Can we leave right away?
All right, Miss Forrest. I'll meet you at the plane as soon as I wash up.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, with her mouth.
All right,
she's got a really fucking strong
Well,
drive.
Bob Donovan.
Oh, dude.
I
Yeah.
always had a hunch you'd wind up as a washroom attendant. But then I suppose it's pretty tough for a tired old ex-major to find a job these days. That's right. What happened? Couldn't you hawk those gold oak leaves you used to sport around the China Burma Theater?
The same old hobby. Keeping your eyes and your ears closed and your mouth open. You haven't changed a bit.
That's right. The same old hobby that used to risk his neck for you.
Yeah, all humans are salty for some reason. Because I get licked up so much by my friends.
Sure, you're
ankle biters.
the best espionage agent we had. I could use you right now. That is, the government will.
Oh, I'm sorry. We're not going together anymore. You remember, I'm a civilian now. You should see me out some night. My new pinstripe. By the way, what are you doing since you got on?
Not jobs. Right now, I'm looking for
What is this and why can't I have it? Oh, it's the Arby's, but it's still...
Maybe I can get you to help me find it.
Not a chance. I'm flying charter now. Taking a certain young lady up to Death Valley. I'll be too busy.
The Army has this cool infantry unit.
I'll be able to find you here in your office, I presume.
There's a BMW X7. Oh yeah, there is.
You all set, George?
Just about. Say, Hobie, there's a storm coming in. You may have to fly over it. I'll put the oxygen in.
Okay.
Well, I don't know. You might drive ghost cars. You're
Yes? What is it? I'm Miss Forrest.
Oh, dear.
Lay down.
Miss Forrest, I thought...
Oh, hello, Mr. Carrington. You seem a little confused. This is Miss Catherine Forrest. I use her name because mine is too hard for people to remember. I'm the Countess Maritza de Frasco. Anyway, this is quite all right with...
How dare.
Oh, why, of course.
And who are these other people, chaperones?
Oh, these are your other passengers. Mr. Van Bush, Mr. Forrest, and Mr. Porter. This is our pilot, Mr. Carrington.
How do you do, sir?
Is this a movie about chartering a
We may
plane?
have to fly over some weather. What does that mean?
Is this what people in the 40s like to watch?
Better not go then, Jesse. Oh, what's the difference? Let's get going.
Was it people in the 40s like to watch?
No time
That's
at
all right. You'll be sitting in front with me. I'll take care of you.
But was it that people in the 40s like to watch other people fly because they couldn't fly?
Maybe I try them both and find out.
My tattoo.
No.
Can't or shouldn't, because you will.
Quite exhilarating.
Really?
All right.
Is it the tattoo of a backyard?
Yes, the backyard tattoo.
I still want to see a tattoo of a backyard.
I haven't
Miss
gotten
Forrest, the countess is sitting up front with me. You can make yourselves comfortable any place you
I
like.
still think it'd be funny to be like, do you want to see my backyard tattoo? And people think it's a tattoo you got in the backyard, but it's a tattoo of a backyard.
Honestly, I was gonna send you a message too, like, yeah, you think you can sketch your backyard? I want that to be my next tattoo.
No, that was in cursive. We didn't read it.
Happy landing.
We can't read that well.
Cursive anymore. It's 2020.
Can I rewind? No, I don't want to restart it. the problem is that then the audio gets out of sync. Wait, that was a dead body. Ah! I'm so confused. Flight to Nowhere. Starring Alan Curtis, Evelyn Ankers, Michelin Chereau, Jack Holt.
That's the A-bomb?
It looked like it. Wait, Flight to Nowhere? Does that mean that they're gonna get on a flight and pull a Gilligan Island? Like before Gilligan's Island was a thing?
This supposed to be a movie about Amelia Earhart, but she technically didn't go anywhere.
Rude.
She might have wanted to go somewhere.
I just found this article, even though it was 2 years old, but apparently they found these bones that were identified to belong to Amelia Earhart.
Yeah, they found pictures or something of like her thing, I think too. Confidential, in case of fire, remove first. There's that centipede again. What?
Now I got the Rona.
That's how you get the Rona.
You know, it's funny, so many people were submitting letters to read our link of it to change this out my Sharona to my Corona, but he wouldn't do it.
Why not? Because he doesn't want to profit off this.
But he would like want to profit out of this. The right mind.
I mean, the billionaires have already accumulated over $1 trillion, so...
Oh yeah, and then there's the shitty actors who are like, or the shitty people who are like, come buy my survival kit.
Then we have, who was it, something Cameron, who did a whole fucking,
Kirk Cameron.
Christmas thing. Kirk Cameron, there we go. He did a whole, Christmas, carol thing in LA.
Well, that's because he's a religious fanatic. Such a, like, religious fanatic idiot. Oh, wait.
Wait.
He was from growing pains or something.
Wait, now the audio is out of sync with the music.
Oh, I know you're trying to lick my tattoo.
Do it, princess.
You think she's slick and slowly working her way over it. I see.
I clicked on Flight to Nowhere and it gave me Atlantic Flight, and then I clicked on Atlantic Flight and it gave me Flight to Nowhere. Is this because I fell asleep in the toilet?
Are you licking or just sniffing?
Oh.
Yeah, you smell that? That's her spit. Because you were licking me.
She's sniffing her territory. You have to remove that.
Making sure you smell like her.
Oh god.
Yep.
Oh look, but look, I slept enough. I slept enough in the bathroom to be significantly over the ocean.
Yay!
44%.
Maybe if I just take another pill, but I want my drink. Did it come, Mr. Sir?
Most likely not.
I'm like, did I get my drink service already, or did I forgo it by being in the bathroom?
I see you.
Oh no, I see her coming. Do you have the drink cart? Yes, there it is. And with my drink, I will be having another sleeping pill.
And then that's how you die.
Quit looking at me so creepy. You know what I want.
Forever sleep.
What? No.
Forever sleep is the best sleep.
No, it's not.
I want the forever sleep.
No, Amy, that's bad.
I can't wait for the forever sleep.
Let's go have the forever sleep.
Yay! Return to the void.
Do I get a snack, lady? Where are you going?
Get the forever sleep.
Look, she just like gave me my drink and then disappeared.
Because only you matter.
Look at this drink. It's so small.
She finally laid down.
Wait. Oh, it actually makes you drink it a little bit.
Yeah, I've drank it completely once. Or the other time.
That was kind of lame. I wanted to see your hand grab the cup and then drag it to the little tray.
So pop more pills.
I've popped more pills.
Oh,
Like Among Us, he doesn't get real hands.
Look, I don't have arms.
Can you not pop more pills though?
I just did.
You only took one. Take 5.
I'm not taking 5. I have other flights. I have a return flight.
Like amplify the effect if you take more than one?
I took this one the first flight, that one the second flight, this one this flight, this one this flight.
Plane, ask it to take you to wherever you have to go.
Get the forever flight.
You're about to fall asleep in the terminal, not even get on the plane.
Oh, I'm 21A.
No.
Ah.
Oh, goddammit.
Drop something. I must laugh at you.
Yay, we're almost at Iceland. I mean, Greenland.
No, I wanted to go back to the menu and talk at my passengers. I'm 21A.
Now I smell like dog spit.
21C.
Yay.
Oh god, darn it.
Alberto, you chose this life.
What's up?
You chose this life, Albert. I like dogs.
I mean, I don't mind it. I used to have to smell like dog spit, shit, and cat piss and shit. Like the entire time I was working at a kennel, so like kind of got used to it.
Yeah.
Where's the menu? Okay. I'm in this screen. If I push on this thing, will it give me the damn keyboard and not the remote side? Ah, fridge. How do I flip you?
Oh, Albert, I thought about you last week because I got mail that like, come donate your fluids.
Oh, jeez.
Not
We want the liquids inside of you. Come in now.
Yeah.
You.
And I was looking at it because I'm like, you know what? I could use that little bit of money for
Oh, you mean a place where they actually pay for your blood?
Not blood. What's
Plasma.
That reminds me, I was gonna, plasma.
Semen.
Because it's a slightly bigger needle, and they use this machine that separates the blood from the plasma and gives you the blood back, so you don't have to actually sit there and wait.
Yeah, I used to give
like
that
a centripetal thingy.
the Alex machine, as some of them call it. I used to donate.
Raise the volume.
Yeah, the ALYX machine. That's what the Red Cross calls them.
Alex.
Yeah. Because I used to be a plasma donor.
Why is 55 not a valid seat?
I was gonna.
55 should totally be a valid seat.
Unfortunately, due to circumstances beyond my control, I won't be able to get my person a gift until like January.
Okay. You can always message them and let them know.
Okay.
That's fine.
Smart.
I still need to send my person their gift, but I haven't finished making it, so.
Apparently, Reg was my Secret Santa, and she accidentally sent it to her place. Sorry. God damn.
His place.
No,
Yeah,
I
his
took
place.
my headphones off.
But whatchamacallit, I wonder who this gift could be. Oh, it's from me. Damn it, this is Sam's.
I think that's what happened. Technically, he messaged me like one night, and I'm just like, "Oh, I can go pick it up because you live close to me." He's like, "Oh no, I don't mind sending it out." Like, okay.
There, I've downed my glass. Can I fold this up now?
Take another pill.
I already took my other pill. I'm gonna do the
Rex lived
Sudoku.
with his dad, who was like immunocompromised, so.
Yeah, no, that's understandable. And especially since I work in OC area majority of the time.
Oh, the water's draining little by little. I didn't even notice that. That's funny.
That's not even water.
It's wine.
Oh, that's alcohol, isn't it?
And the sleeping pills, technically, there should be adverse effects associated with that.
Well, that's also why I haven't taken my
Big
meds.
sip he took too.
Oh wait, did I only buy an 8-pack of this?
The woman in the row ahead of you just looked back.
I know! She keeps looking back. Like, what the fuck are you looking at? I know I'm attractive and shit, but come on.
That's because you passed out in the bathroom. And they said she
That's
saw you
probably...
getting dragged.
She's talking about me to her friend. That's the guy that fell asleep in the bathroom.
Not even fell asleep, passed out.
Look at him pretending to do Sudoku puzzles. Fine, I will sit here and drink my actual vodka soda. I didn't like the grapefruit ones. I liked the cucumber. How much was in this pack? Did I drink them all already? Oh, it was a mixed 8-pack.
You could put a 1 in the top right square on the center row. Or the...
I can't put it there. There?
Top row, center column.
On the right square?
In the top right square. Yeah, top right square, center column, top row.
Where he just drew it.
Yeah. Well, depending on where you're watching it, there's
I'm
a
not
delay.
seeing that. I'm like the second or two behind.
Yeah, depending on where you're watching it, it's there's a delay. So I don't know how.
Is
I think
it delayed on Discord or no?
No, it's live.
Well, delay.
Alright, I'm gonna switch to
Discord.
Discord then, because the Facebook one is a little delayed.
Yeah, Discord is real time. Facebook is delayed a bit. I think. Let me see how bad Twitch is, because I think Twitch is usually 2 to 3 seconds.
It's about like 5 seconds.
And Twitch is going about 5. Yeah.
Hi Sammy from
My phone. What did you
RoboCoonie.
RoboCoonie.
Baby Tut from RoboCoonie.
Because I think for...
Wait, wouldn't technically
Hi from
top...
Baby underscore Tut.
Because like Moko Chang, it
from
says Makakang.
RoboCoonie.
Makakang.
What does it say for Sorry to Snake?
Sorry to Snake. Sorry. What's that, damn it? Sorry to Snake.
Soradusnik from RoboCoonie.
Sorry, a snake. Maybe I can make it say sorry, dude.
Sorry to sneak from RoboCoonie.
Autocorrected me. Sorry to
Why
sneak.
does it say Robba though?
Because that's how it says my name. It's just like RoboCoonie instead of like I'm Irish.
I mean, why can't it just say Robo? That's just like, why is it mispronouncing the O's?
Let's see if it does Robo.
Oh, they're making it
Robo from
See, it'll do Robo, but because I think it's all one word, it's weird.
Yeah, that's what it
Because
is.
if I do
Associating itself.
2 words,
RoboCoonie from
a can.
RoboCoonie.
Wait, did it just say RoboCoonie still?
It says RoboCoonie. Because I'm like, maybe I know that it can't be in this row.
Yeah, it's a top. It can be in the center or the right.
I thought that 7 was a 1. That's why I told you to put it in the center.
So there's a potential.
Yeah, because that 7 is also a 7, but it might. That's the only one that I can maybe place there. I can make it a 7. And then, if needed, I can make that 7 a 1 again.
Oh, top left square, top row, middle, 5.
Yes, S.
Buds from baby_Todd. Join the RoboCoonie Discord. https://discord.gg/ndmz6u2 from Stream Elements. Buds from.
Yeah, because this one has all of them except like 3 and 2 and 8. 8 can't go here. 3 can't go there. Also.
You could put 5 in the center square on the left column, center row.
Look, it's not an S.
SSS from baby_Todd.
In the App Store. It's by Brainium, I think it is.
Buy from RoboCoonie. New from RoboCoonie. SSSSSSSS from baby_Todd.
Did you say Easy Brain?
Stop from RoboCoonie.
Oh, you could put another 5 in the top right corner, or the top right square on the bottom row.
What?
Oh no, there's a 5 already there. Never mind, sorry.
It's the fact that he keeps on moving the thing around.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait, what's left here? 6 and a 2. Where are all the other 6s? Well, it moves with my pen, so I'm just. last puzzle.
Okay, cool. Because I was looking at it like, no, I don't want to see the answers.
Yeah, from the previous puzzle are all on here. But this one it's missing like the top row, unless the top row just didn't have. It's also missing like this side.
Oh yeah, it is. That's weird.
It wasn't scaled correctly.
So one can go either on the bottom right square in the center column on either side. I don't know which one yet.
It's associated with whatever the one on the top square is.
Yeah, 'cause this could be a 2 or a 6 or either one.
This was
I
really
can't
fun,
tell.
but we is heading out to do Postmates again since we're gonna hit that surge. I mean, this is gonna be a 5-hour flight, so we might be back before then.
Well, I took a second sleeping pill, so it might kick in again.
Oh yeah, how many hours skipped from the first sleeping pill?
Was it like an hour in or something? An hour and a
It
half
was like
in?
30%. Whatever 30% is worth.
So like an hour and 30 minutes more or less? 45? Okay. Well, if you guys are still on the chat after, I'll join up.
I think they're gonna play Phasmophobia or something later today.
Yeah, which will be fun.
Another slurping pill from
Alrighty then.
RoboCoonie.
Later. See you guys.
Later.
Yay. Like, we'll be in the air. Oh god, I don't need to hear this anymore. Off headphones.
So the one, there's a possibility of one at the center row on the left middle square.
This one?
Yeah, all three can be possible ones. Since the answer is inconclusive on certain things.
Because I'm like, this could be a 2 or a 6 on the other one. They're interchangeable.
Is the 8 and 3 on the bottom concrete, or are those speculations as well?
This one was a concrete, I think, because, well, 8 is concrete, and 3 was, because there's already a 3 in this row.
What about the 3 on the top row that's underneath the 6? Like,
yeah, there could be a 3 up here, too. But the 8 is at least concrete.
Yeah, 8 looks to be concrete. Oh, well, it could also be in the bottom right as well.
No, wait. Well, they're all interchangeable, but it's...
Yeah.
I messed it up already. It's fine. Just ask the flight attendant for a new magazine. Steal my neighbors. Oh, damn it. There. Pen got stuck. Sir, can I have your magazine? I'm drawing you in space.
I can't draw a mustache on him. It's in like 2000 native.
Looks like these are the only written games too. Or I can read the magazine article. Which I think had recipes, or did they just go to a restaurant?
Looks like they went to a restaurant.
Mastic-based ice cream. Arabic ice cream.
Turkish coffee is interesting. That's
Yeah,
the one
I've
that's
seen
in
how it's
the...
made. Yeah, in the hot stone, the hot sand.
Hot sand. What the hell?
Hella, hella, ho.
Did you write that?
No. pizza. Oh, stuffed with vegetable and sliced beef. It's the remote. Yes, flip it for the keyboard. But how do I flip it?
Hold, maybe?
I don't know. I flipped it before. Oh, wait a minute.
Click and hold it.
Wait. I'm getting all bleary-eyed.
Oh,
Go to the restroom! Go to the restroom! Go to the restroom!
I can't. There's still a cup in front of me. Flight attendant, come take my cup.
This is the guy that passed out again in the restroom.
Take my cup so I can go to the bathroom.
Oh, it's not gonna happen.
It's not gonna happen. That would be hilarious.
No. Pass out in the bathroom again.
I feel like that pill took forever to kick in.
It took like 5 minutes.
Forever.
But I'm turning on my light while I'm asleep then.
Hey, big guy.
I like that if you're looking at the screen, there's just a bug that still shows the plane and you're asleep.
No, you're just picking up electric sheep.
How many electric sheep do you see? How many shrimp do you have to eat before your skin all turns pink?
Wait, what?
There's a video. I don't have a browser overlay just enabled, otherwise I'd play the video. I am asleep. I am asleep. Am I gonna miss trash collection? Maybe I'll wake up in the bathroom. No.
Monitors ahead of you, where you will be invited to select your meal for today's flight.
Yay!
Failure to make a selection in a timely fashion may result in you missing the service.
Yay, I woke up in time for my meal. Hey, I went to bed at what? I mean, I fell asleep at like 45% in. I think I woke up at 76.
It's like about 30%.
Wanna open it? Turn off my air and see my options. Grilled chicken breast with roasted broccoli and sauteed mushroom, or pan-fried fish fillet with roasted potato cubes and peas.
Can I just get the potato cubes and sauteed mushrooms?
I can't. That's what it comes with.
Rude.
I prefer sauteed mushroom stuff. Okay. Exit. Miss, take my cup. I'm gonna choose your meal for you, since you're inept at doing it. Why don't you choose food? Why are you flexing? Yes, this is an interesting passage. It's about her mother. That way I look important.
Amy, I'm gonna send you something.
It's about Kana.
How dare.
Is it food? Wait, I saw gay young.
There, I sent it to you.
No!
Gay young men dazzled by operettas and races they played last and baccarat.
What the hell?
What did you send?
The fuck? No. No.
That cat on a ham branch.
What did you send?
It's not a cat, that's a creature.
Here, I'll send it to Lee as well.
Where are you sending me this in?
Facebook.
No, I'm not on my Facebook.
It's Fat Cat.
My phone has told me that it's FB Messenger. talking about cats.
No, that's just me talking about cats.
It's a Mao.
It's a fat Mao. The belly?
Yes. Hold on, it's loading. It is a fat Mao.
Aw, snap. Up to 20% off buying certain disc gift cards.
Message me. Yeah, I'm still using LJ. Let me post the thing to be like, I'm on a 5-hour flight with AB and C.
Yeah.
Yeah. Buy a $50 gift card and save 15% with code EATS20. Oh, Amazon is having a deal where if you buy some like third-party gift cards, you get and use a code, I guess. They're gonna give you can get it like discounted or something. Like if you buy a $50 Happy Eats gift card, which can be used at Jamba Juice, Panera Bread, Old Stone, Dave & Buster's, at Rip, and Burger King, it's 15% off.
That's pretty nice.
Yeah. But like it's the real question is most like at least 2 of those places are gone at the moment.
Yeah.
Because I have never seen a Cold Stone open, or at least the one in my areas.
Let me see if I can find that video. How many fish?
Like, I know there's a Cold Stone up here.
I've been tagged.
Play Candy Crush. Give me my stupid video.
What was that?
I will post it.
25% off my first alcohol order on DoorDash.
Post it in the Discord.
Oh, I just popped my ankle in a good way. I think this bruise is actually my dot. Blue. Now it's black. Oh yeah, here, I'll show you one of my dots. There.
Oh, it looks like I could order from the Cold Stone in Lancaster, so...
Oh.
Yeah, it might depend on the area.
I guess.
How many fish do you have to eat before...
I think it's also because I was looking at the Cold Stone at Christmas Eve on, at the mall.
Yeah.
It's just pure coincidental because I was going there to pick up some boxes from the USPS that's inside as well.
Oh, I wanted to listen to my podcast. Or a podcast.
I sent you the picture of my birthmark because I guess that is a birthmark. You want a lot of things. You want fries, you want ice cream. Why not go to Wendy's so you can get frosty and fries?
Because I don't even know where there's a Wendy's up here.
How could you not have a Wendy's in your area?
I didn't say there isn't. I just don't know where it is.
Hi.
Why does that look
Welcome
like it's your
to this ASMR life.
Oh, because it's the joint, right?
My name is Ellie. Thank you so much for joining me.
ASMR life.
But I have fries in the freezer, and I have my non-dairy Ben & Jerry's in the freezer.
I was hoping
you just reminded me I should go pick up Ben & Jerry's
for a picnic
since I have
that I'm going to later.
Yeah.
Like $3 Ben & Jerry's pints.
Ooh, do it. Do it.
But I also
especially what they're normally $6.
Some other food that I
Yeah.
want to bring.
Yeah. I got mine because Bonds had them on sale for like $2.99.
Yeah, I think that's what the deal is, like $2.99.
Yeah. And I was happy because they had the non-dairy cherry Garcia, which is one of my favorites.
Oh, nice. I don't know what to get because I barely get like Ben & Jerry's ice cream in general.
I mean, it just depends on what kind of mix-ins you like.
Stuff that doesn't suck.
Really.
Yeah, no, that's the main thing. If they have it or not.
Now I'm listening to an ASMR podcast.
Is it someone like chewing?
They're making a potato salad.
The first thing I'm going to do is prepare the potatoes.
They're gonna prepare a potato.
So I'm going to cut them up.
You're a potato.
You're a potato.
Put them
Yeah.
in water to boil.
Potato squad.
Yeah, potato squad. Why aren't you connected to my Wi-Fi? What do you mean there's no internet?
Man, this is bullshit. It says up to 20% select gift cards, and I'm looking at the... Oh, there we go. Wait, so...
Chipotle.
Poddle.
But now I'm actually hungry.
Okay.
Oh, get food.
I mean, I will, but...
No food now.
I'm not having a very hungry day.
It's a Sunday, so you need to not.
But I overate so much the last like 3 days.
So.
This doesn't sound like... This sounds like she's in the bathroom. It doesn't sound like she's making potato salad. I mean, that's a slice, but still.
I wonder if I have any donuts.
I'm gonna put down $10 into my Starbucks card.
There's so many points I need to use for Starbucks.
Well, if you have 400 points, you can get yourself, like, what, kind of coffee or whatever.
I don't do coffee, though.
The food is coming!
You can get a signature cup or a coffee accessory.
I already have 2 reusable cups, and I can't use them because they're not refilling them right now.
Oh, yeah. So maybe get yourself a coffee accessory, like, you know, a French press.
I don't drink coffee.
You don't have to use a French press for coffee.
I want instant coffee. My mom will make
Coffee.
Coffee.
Thank you.
I still like to think that Trump accidentally tweeted out COVID.
Most likely.
Because the letters match. COVFEFE is around at least the
And I've put it into
the D.
a pot of water.
No.
The D in the eyes and other stuff.
The next step
for like
is to
COVID.
chop up the raw vegetables that are going to go into the potato salad.
Hello there.
The first is raw red onion.
Oh, Melissa.
So I'm just going to place that onion.
Oh.
And add it
Speaking of Reg's present, it just came in.
Yay.
It has arrived.
It has arrived. I don't know what it is because it's in a box.
How dare it be in a box?
And there's another box.
Oh no.
Box within a box. No, sorry. It's a bag within a box.
Reg just got your boxes.
That'll be hilarious and I'll be happy.
Like you're a cat.
I would still be happy about this because it's like the thrill of opening boxes.
You should post just the boxes later.
It's just like, thanks for the box, Reg. Like, no, I got you a present. No, I only see boxes.
Well, great.
Oh, I hope she knows what size I am. Because I see Among Us stickers, and Mandalorian shirt. Snack. Ah, that's me. So he got me Mandalorian shirt, even though I never watched it, with Grogu or whatever his name is, and it says like snack.
Come on, Mr. Flight Attendant. We're 80% to the friggin' place.
And also Among Us stickers. I don't need stickers though. that's the problem.
Stick them on something. I don't know.
Bear.
Oh, it's legitly from Star Wars. Holy crap.
What?
The snack.
Yeah, the snack shirt. This is like official merchandise.
Oh.
Hey everyone, before I begin this week's episode, I have some exciting news. We're going to start selling merchandise for Imaginary Worlds. T-shirts, hats, mugs, tote bags, stickers, pillows, laptop sleeves, lots of stuff.
Can someone check the price
Now,
of this?
we have some designs that we're working on, but first, we wanted to reach out to you for fan art that we could put on all this merch. You could redesign the Imaginary Worlds logo, or create art inspired by your favorite episode. Send your submissions to contact@imaginaryworldspodcast.org. We will pick our favorites and announce the winners on social media. I'm very excited to see what you come up with. You're listening to Imaginary Worlds, a show about how we create them and why we suspend our disbelief. I'm Eric Malinsky. There's a scene that I keep thinking about from the end of Interstellar. And if you haven't seen Interstellar, then spoilers ahead, because I'm going to talk about the ending. Now, the premise of the movie is that in the future, we can't grow food on the Earth anymore, but no one's sure why. So a group of astronauts, led by Matthew McConaughey, blast off, looking for other planets that humans could live on. Eventually, they find some planets. They're okay, not great, and a lot of other dramatic stuff happens. But in the end, Matthew McConaughey returns to our solar system and he discovers that humanity had actually survived all this time by living on a giant space station. And the physics of this space station were mind-boggling. I mean, it looked like somebody had taken a flat plane of Earth and rolled it up into a tube.
But I also don't want to get up because, like, the flight attendant's there.
Down. In fact, we see these kids playing baseball, and a pop fly shoots straight up into the skylight of a house, hanging upside down.
Sí, pero lo quiero hacer, pues.
Where am I?
Tengo
Cooper Station.
Sí, pero tengo
currently orbiting Saturn.
And I've always found it fascinating or Mars or in a space station. We're just about
the business account
resource that we take for granted
has discount, but usually it has to be like a business item where we get.
And it's incredibly fragile.
It's not.
People are investing a lot of time and money and their imaginations into life in space. And they say
no, I just mean it has to be classified as a business item within.
So I was really wondering, well, what do they imagine? And
because when we check on it, it says business price.
All right, so going back to that giant curved space cylinder that we saw in Interstellar. That idea originally came from a physics professor at Princeton named Gerard K. O'Neill. 50 years ago, he was working with his students on designing solar-powered satellites. And I know I said that just about every natural resource in Earth is really hard to find in space. That's definitely not true with solar power, because, of course, on the Earth...
Night shuts it off instantly, where a cloud runs over and shuts it off instantly.
Robert Smith works for the Space Studies Institute, which was founded by the late Gerard K. O'Neill.
Institute.
Robert says back in the 60s, when O'Neill was figuring out the math for these solar-powered satellites,
what is Year of the Duck?
everybody, and welcome back to another special edition of the IntelliGame podcast. I'm your host, Josh Boykin, the founder of IntelliGame.us, a game culture and criticism site where we make connections between games and the real world. This special edition of the podcast asks just one question. What's your IntelliGame? We interview a person in the game space and learn a little bit more about them through a game that was important to them. Now, of course, this is the part where I say that this podcast would not be possible without our sponsors, Pan Atlantica Airlines. Pan Atlantica Airlines, the company that apparently believes that just by giving a podcast a sponsorship, they can buy off that podcaster and make them forget about that 3-hour flight delay where they were compensated with a $12.74 airport gift shop voucher. Like, I couldn't even buy food at the McDonald's. The voucher was only valid at the gift shop. Anyway, Pan Atlantica Airlines, it's an airline. They fly places. You can go there. It's fine. I think that should be good enough.
I'm on Pan Atlantica.
We're interviewing Victoria Tran, the communications director for Kit Fox Games. Victoria is a social media
flight attendant. What the hell are you doing?
Has been able to do amazing content on TikTok and Twitter, and is just an overall really amazing person.
I'm like, I have food that I want to actual food that I want to make, but I can't, and I can't even fold up my stupid seat thing because there's a cup on it.
Cult classic. I think a number of our listeners will have a really good time hearing about Victoria's experiences with this game. As always, if you have any feedback,
we're also like really close. 85%, another 15% to go.
Thanks a lot for listening. Let's go ahead and get started.
It'll be 2:31 in the morning when we land.
So 3 more hours.
No.
Well, that
Welcome
time.
to the podcast.
Hey, good to be
An
here.
hour more.
So, folks might not know a ton about what you do for Kit Fox. Do you wanna
What time is it? What time is it on my
your
phone?
experience as a
21:31.
community manager and the other things you do?
Yeah, sure. So basically, I kind of sum it
Well,
up because we're a tiny
ETA
indie
time at
studio as
Oregon is
me
21.
having to
Time
do
at
any outward-facing communication with the
Okay.
community, with press,
I think you have
with
like 45,
influencers,
50
basically with
minutes left.
anyone. I'm doing the marketing, the PR, the
Because it
social,
says that
the emails.
we're
Yeah, and it's a really good time
about
because we
300
have
miles
so many
left, and
different
we're going
games
at 500
that
miles an
ends
hour.
up being basically
About,
a mess
yeah,
of
less
my
than an hour.
inbox by like Monday morning. But I feel like everyone has that feeling too.
Flight attendant, are you
Yeah, I
stuck?
feel like everybody's Monday morning. is
I'm
just
stuck
like,
too.
This number is far larger than I
hold
left
my
it on Friday.
Yes.
Why is
Probably
everybody
is
sending
flirting.
emails over the weekend?
Bastard.
Like, please stop sending emails over the weekend. All right, so you've obviously played a bunch of games over your time working for Kit Fox and also just generally being somebody who loves games. So here's the question today. If there was a game that changed the way that you think about games, your IntelliGame,
I'm gonna go pick
what
up
would it be?
dinner.
Such a difficult question. But I did narrow
Not
it
fair,
down
I'm stuck
to
in a seat.
one, and I feel like this is not
Just
a
take
huge
the
surprise
pill.
to people, but for me,
No, because then I'll miss my din-din. But I'm also like
Okay, going
apparently
with the
stuck in the
classic.
not getting my
For
dinner
folks who
portion.
are not super
What are you
familiar,
looking
I
at?
just played it recently myself, so I totally agree, but tell me a little bit.
Click on you.
tell
You're
folks
just
a
looking
little
at me
bit
because I
about
passed out in the
Undertale.
bathroom.
Oh, that's really difficult. And it's one of those things. It's like every like movie that has
that
huge
glass can.
spoilers, or every game that has
All I can do is
intense
drink
storyline.
it.
It's like, how do I explain this game and do it justice, but also not give away everything
and
about the
toss it.
game?
Right.
But the basic premise of the game is that you are a
Can I stick
human
my
that has
legs
fallen
in?
down a hole, basically, and you end up in this world full of monsters. And it's an RPG, and you basically have to traverse the world and make different decisions in terms of how you'll interact with the monsters, whether you'll battle them or not. And the entire story is just very meta, very, very interesting. And that's like my spoiler-free version of the game and the plot. And it's a lot. It's a lot.
It's so hard. It's a game that's been out for 5 years, and yet I still feel like any spoilers for the game, you're just like, no, don't say anything, because if somebody plays it, you don't want them to know. It's pretty spectacular. Tell me about the first time that you experienced Undertale.
Probably a bootleg
So
game
the
or a
first
bullshit
time,
game.
I think it was...
No, it's like real games.
way back in my senior year, my last year of university. Yes, so that would be in 2016, I believe, around then. And one of the streamers that I watched a lot, she decided to play it. So I actually didn't play it first myself. I watched it first, which I don't know if that's like a terrible thing to do, but I watched her play it.
Watch, I'm gonna get up in real life.
I was like, oh, this game looks interesting. It reminded me of the combat system reminded me of Earthbound a little bit. I was like, oh, this is cool. And then as the story progressed, it was just this wild adventure of emotions. And especially during the time where it's like your last year of university and I wasn't going to do like a master's program. So it's like I was so used to like grades and being put in a box and being told what to do. And I was reaching this point in my life where I was like, oh my God, I have to figure this out myself now. And then just having like this game with like all its emotions, and we're gonna go into spoiler territory clearly at this point, so
we're probably gonna hit a few spoilers. It's true. Like,
it's my phone is charged.
Podcast.
Exactly. So
warning.
Spoiler warnings, I guess. It's just like the relationships between the different people, especially because
my
I
mom
moved away
thinks
from
that because she
university and my
has
best
to
friend was going to move back home, and I was going to be alone in the city. I connected so much emotionally to this game at that point in my life, and honestly, every time I play it or
this phone doesn't work. I have to charge it every other day, and I'm like, my own phone has to be charged every day, and sometimes multiple times during the day. There's turbulence.
So I think we frequently think about the media that we're
turbulence, and I'm not wearing my seatbelt.
That we're in, right? And
turbulence. Look, I can lift my
Had you
thing.
I mean, you're working in games now. Was that your intention when you were getting out of school?
No, not at all. I actually didn't weirdly enough realize games was a thing.
Go to this dude.
So at the time, I was going to go into a workforce that I wasn't that. I didn't really want to be in it.
There's nothing to throw up.
It's not like I
had
any doors open to it, which was healthcare PR at the time.
Hate that you then can't put it away.
It's really confusing.
Huh.
There's still stuff.
Do you feel like Undertale was part of that experience of getting into games?
Oh, Undertale.
Like what made you make that pivot? If you're like, oh, I didn't think I could get into games, but then all of a sudden, now you're this super visible TikToker on Twitter. The TikToks are really good.
Thank you very much.
I hate TikToks, but I only hate it because I don't trust the app.
I feel like every game I've played at this point has been a catalyst into my slow trajectory into games, let's say. But Undertale for me was an interesting point in my thinking about games career because I feel like the amount of
Did you get stuck, Mr. Sir?
human dignity and empathy I felt from that game, from the monsters quotation marks, really gave me some form of weird hope and connection that I think at the time I really needed. And when you have a game like that, and when you have a game that's so it feels so personal to you, but you know that tons of people are experiencing that same emotion. That's why it has such like a huge fandom. Like, that's why it's quoted so much. It did make me feel like, oh, maybe there is some sort of place for me in the sphere because
I hate that right click just takes off my headphones.
Really into esports, which is great if you're into that, but for me that wasn't the thing. So I was like, oh, and it was the most public thing. I knew about it at the time, so I was like, oh, I guess it's probably not for me. So that's unfortunate. Then Undertale came along. That was nice.
Wow. So what do you feel like was... You said that there's a streamer that you watch pretty regularly,
yes,
and that they took on Undertale.
Mm-hmm.
Was this sort of a new experience in narrative games as a whole, or are there other games that you had played that felt like they were your speed, but just didn't feel like they were accepted by quote unquote gamers?
Take her mask. My mom. loading.
Welcome back to Eggplant, the Secret Lives of Games. I'm Nick Sutner. I'm here with Andy Nealon.
Hello.
Zach Gage.
Correct.
And Doug Wilson.
Hi, Nick.
Hello, Doug. And we are 4 game developers. We have candid conversations with other game creators that dive deep into the art, craft, and process of making games. But today, it's just going to be us. I'm no guest, and we're going to be talking about the topic of durational games. Which might be relevant to some folks and their habits and interests. Doug, can you explain a little bit about what you...
Waiting around in games, waiting for games, rituals of play around games. So I think that...
Episode 1. Yay! This is like when I got stuck in the bug with the phone. Now I'm stuck in my chair. I don't even want to put away my bag because if I do,
Welcome back to Eggplant, the Secret Lives of Games. We're all game developers, and we have candid conversations with other game creators that dive deep into the art, craft, and process of making games. I'm Nick Sutner. I'm here with Andy Nealon.
I think so, because we're at 280 miles.
Zach Gage.
Glad to be aboard.
Doug Wilson.
It's Pam.
Me.
And special guest Hosni Algi. Hello, Hosni.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Pam, you missed me passing out in the bathroom.
All about your new game, Airplane Mode, today, which you've all been having a good time aboard, as Zach said. And it's something really different and special. And we got a bunch of questions for you and a couple from our listeners. So thanks for hanging out with us. And I have a little bio for you here. Please correct me if these things are not correct. But you are a graphic designer turned game developer with your company Backronym. You worked on a game called Feed, this really beautiful 3-on-3 fish basketball game kind of thing. And we'll link to it in our show notes. You also worked on Zero Age on iOS. And you've dabbled in VR a bunch as well.
I got it to flip.
You started Airplane Mode under the working title of Flight Simulator in 2018 as part of the NYU Incubator
I've
program.
had that. I woke up once.
And it was picked up by AMC Games to be published on Steam.
I'm in 21A. Does that mean that I can message 21?
Sounds good.
Awesome.
Don't trust underwater animals.
And yeah, this is a pretty unique game, folks may have read about. A game in which you can take a 2-something-hour flight from JFK to Nova Scotia or a 5-something-hour flight from JFK to Reykjavik and enjoy the fruits of flying within. But if you don't mind sort of describing the game for us in your words, Hosni, I'd love to hear it from you.
I'm so
well,
it started off
Seat's messaging service may be disabled or set to do not disturb. You don't want to talk to me, dude.
Simulator. It was more.
We're gonna talk to 20B.
It was a fear, but sort of the one where I still fly, but like I just dread the time being on in the air. And
it looks familiar.
So a week before flying, I'm always like thinking, what is it I'm supposed to do on this plane right now to distract myself from the fact that I'm, suspended in the air. So that's kind of this idea of just kind of sitting in a plane
and
not doing anything, just waiting for something to happen, especially
which is this lady.
That's kind of where it started. This idea of will it build dread, will it not build dread, and this.
What are you looking at?
I took off from there.
Are you looking at me because I fell asleep or passed out in the toilet?
So was that sounds
it's
like
the flight attendant is supposed to be serving food, but he's gotten stuck here.
To acclimatize yourself with it, or more
it's
just
food time.
See if you could recreate that experience.
It was more that I have all this because the ways I used to try to comfort myself before a flight was I just read up on aviation a lot and so I have all this useless knowledge in my head or this little idiosyncrasies of flight. And
grab a random seat number and
it became like an outlet for all this stuff. I wouldn't say
First class, you want to message
me?
me?
If I was still in
you think I'm sexy?
Since then, but if I was still super
anxious
about flying, I don't think I would have been able to stick to the game and just work on it and have to just to deal with this thing day in day out. So I think I'm past the point where I feel I used it for therapy, but it was definitely an outlet for all of the stuff that been thinking about.
But then eventually it turned more into
Sometimes
a
when
about
I'm working on a piece, like a piece of
experimenting
art,
with meat
sometimes the inspiration for it
and
comes from
seeing
having
how
an
animals
experience that
reacted to
just
humans
feels important or
because they
meaningful,
were like
and then
animals
trying
that
to
nobody
take
had
that
ever
experience
seen
and translate what was meaningful about it to
and
other
I
people.
almost died quite a few
Is that
times.
did
And
you
then
feel
they
like
wanted
that
to give
happened
me
with
a
Airplane
spinal
Mode? I
tap,
think
and
like
I told
something that
them
I was
I
struck
didn't
by
want
when I
spinal tap.
started playing it was how
What do you mean 3B is not a valid seat?
Like as soon as you get
It's not
into
a
it
valid They don't
and start
exist.
it, you're like,
It must mean that I messaged first class, so 1A was a valid seat.
this is
What did
the
we have to
thing.
drink?
And like I don't think that's
I had
true of
white
a lot of
wine.
experiences, and I think it's really deft of you to
And
sort
then
of
he
like
fell
make that realization and then
And then
winemaker
as soon as it started going blurry, we went into the bathroom,
Part of that
and
does come into play.
I passed out in the bathroom.
What I find like, kind of weird because they say
And
wow.
and then I woke up in my seat, which
This
meant
in
that they
itself is
dragged
kind of
me out of the bathroom.
because on the one hand, you're like I was saying, you're suspended. Like there's.
But it's supposed to be mealtime now, but I think the flight attendant bugged out, and they're stuck there.
And air pressure and all this stuff, and you're just kind of like nodding off in the chair, sipping wine and watching something. And
go to the bathroom.
that idea that you're bored in this.
I can't. I'm stuck here because this. I can't fold up my table because there's a fucking cup there.
That's been the thing for centuries. People want to fly, and now that we're flying,
I think I was asleep when trash collection happened.
It's so mundane and boring, and why would anyone care about this?
I'm gonna send a message
this
to
is the experience of the
10A.
game. So you are
and
sitting
see
on a
if
flight
they
from a
wanna
first-person
join
perspective.
in.
Things look relatively photoreal around you, and you can do everything you would expect, right? You can
sending an invite to 10A.
You can mess with the armrest.
Hi,
You
10A.
can go to the restroom. You can be served a meal. You can put on headphones. You can do a crossword puzzle. Like it's sort of the suite of like mundane activities, which is
invite rejected.
Like it's it's doing these things in the context of like hurling through the air in this metal cylinder that we all like immediately take for granted. It also brought forth a bunch of really interesting like feelings and weird sense memories for me. Like when I was in the airplane bathroom, like I almost smelled it because I think airplane bathrooms tend to smell a specific way, not a bad way even, just like a very specific scent that I think is nowhere else in life.
Damn it!
Like,
I figured out how to flip it over, and now I
look. You are really spot on. There was.
But I'm 225 miles from Reykjavik.
That was like the air pressure or a bug or something.
Which is the perfect time to have my meal. God damn it!
My ears a little bit to like clear the pressure, like in real life, and it was really weird. And
because I can move it up,
I'll say,
and all it does is slide my cup
feel
forward a
very
bit.
nostalgic and bittersweet for me right now, and
But
got me
that's
like,
all.
a little emotional at some point of like.
If I tilt it up, it's like it's stopping. It doesn't go all the way
so many
that way.
times and take it for granted for so many times.
When I pick it up, it's like right there, and then pick it up, and it
I'd like to
slides
add
it.
to the idea, the thing that you said, because Nick set us up, or set at least me up for like high expectations.
Which
of,
means
like,
I
going to the
can't
restroom.
close this, and
No,
even though
don't
my
forget to go to the
seatbelt's open,
restroom.
I can't
And so I'm going
go
to the restroom,
anywhere.
What did he mean?
The restroom's in use. The restroom's been in use.
And just like, no, you just went to the
I think I'm glitched out.
And I was like, oh, this is so gorgeous. It's like, it's so nice that you just, of course I'm messing with everything in there, right? Because I'm like expecting something weird to happen.
Yeah, those tissue physics, come on.
I mean, I was trying very hard to get the tissue into the garbage bin, and that was actually extremely hard to do.
It is hard to do.
About you were expecting
I started throwing toilet paper into
Hassan, you
the
can't
toilet
even
to
answer
see if we could
this.
clog
Are
it.
there like shocking or wacky random events that can happen? Because I was under the impression that this probably can't happen. Like, but did you ever consider putting in like extremely rare events like flying through Aurora Borealis or sitting next to a celebrity or whatever? Or is that not really in the spirit of the game so much?
No, that's definitely there. There's stuff that's in the game that I won't talk about yet, and there's stuff that's coming in that I won't talk about yet, and no one will know when it got in.
Great.
The good
Because
thing
this
of
dude
having
looks like a weird
kind of
actor
real to,
from like
real life
TV,
is that
kinda,
you
but I
can
don't know.
go like for a few months without putting something in and still have plausible deniability. Right?
Yeah. Okay. Amazing. I was really okay. I got to keep playing that. Well, so on the flip side of that question, airplane mode reminded me a lot of Gone Home, which is like maybe a weird thing to say, but in that I knew rationally that nothing bad was going to happen to me in airplane mode.
like in Gone Home, but I couldn't shake this feeling like I was playing a horror game, that some disaster was going to happen. I've seen just too many movies about plane crashes that I think my brain was just irrationally expecting that the whole time. The same thing with Gone Home. I knew it wasn't actually a horror game, but I was like so scared the whole time playing it. And I guess I just feel like airplane mode.
No, the neighbor kids are outside.
History of media. Am I just a weirdo, or did other testers kind of report that
defected
unease or like worry that the plane was going to crash?
Defected?
No, that was
a person has defected at your front cam.
Indirectly part
well,
of the
that's
design,
really weird because we're not near like borders or
anything.
anything.
In any film or game, if you're in a plane for too long, that plane, something's going to happen to that plane.
This is my defection point. If you denounce the United States,
it's not going to end well.
Like, do it in front of my front cam.
I was trying to think when we started. I was trying to think of games that depict planes, and there were very few, and most of them ended badly. So
this person has defected at my front cam.
I don't know if it's connected to playing a game, and then you're playing a game, and there's expectations there, and even though you like reasonably know that
I'm gonna point the camera at the flight attendant or might happen. Walk away.
And
wait,
I think that's
the flight, the female flight attendant, is that her? Or is that one of the passengers?
That's how
I think it's the passenger.
when you fly, right? Most likely nothing's gonna happen. Something might. And so there's just a thing you can't shake in the back of your head.
But I'm gonna keep it there.
That's
I'm gonna go grab
that's not something
the food.
one can put in and hope that everyone experiences.
There were so many small moments like this. Like I was doing the Sudoku puzzle, and I didn't notice there was turbulence, but then I did because whenever I tried to draw a number, it's like jittering my hand all over the place. And I'm like, oh no. And then I was like, oh yeah, the noise canceling on these. Oh wait, I'm not actually wearing headphones, right? But the noise canceling on the virtual headphones is very good. Like I didn't hear the turbulence. There are so many of these like really fun diegetic weirdo moments. And I don't even know how to segue this into a question right now. I just like all of that feeling and experience in it. Like to me, this felt a lot like flying in a time when I had a lot of work on my plate, and flying was a like a place to go to have a moment of rest, relaxation, and rest. So I didn't have, unlike some of the other stories here, I didn't have that constant unease. I was just like, I was immediately pulled into it in a way where I was like, what am I going to do here? There's not that much to do yet, but it turns out it's just the right amount to do. So I did the Sudoku puzzle. I don't like Sudoku, right? I did the Sudoku puzzle. I solved it. I even went on a second flight to finish it. And then I realized that there's a podcast in there about experimental music that I immediately recognized the voice of Noah Sasso, right? So I was like, oh wait, I have to listen to this. I'm going to go on another flight to Reykjavik and start all this stuff again, right?
So
the
podcast
I feel like
it
to me it was like almost meditative. Right?
They are.
I wonder if
oh my god,
that's aspect of that.
What?
If that came from the
that's okay.
Like, I
think
assume
about
you
it
play
this
tested
way.
this
I mean,
a lot,
the
right?
podcast
Because
is
again, coming from
listening to
NYU
while
Games
playing the
Center, I'm
game
pretty sure
they're
that's
talking
what you do even during the incubator. Like, was that a response that people brought?
Very early on. Right, at one point, I was thinking of it as sort of this idea of building anxiety.
Yeah, the podcast that I'm listening to is talking about the game with the creator of the game.
So relaxing for me because flying is my only guilt-free time. Time where I can just I can just kind of zone out and not have to worry that I should be doing something else. And that kind of feel like you get like this.
And I'm gonna have horrible food.
Okay, maybe I'm on something else because I thought I was doing something else at that point. So yeah, that came on pretty early.
I mean, the funny thing is, I thought you were doing something else too until I played it. I was like, oh yeah, I was way more expecting this. Like, oh, there's going to be some event.
I bought a wagon.
What could you possibly do? And then I just chilled out. Like I was like had a bad morning before that, and then I played the game, and afterward I was like, wow, I'm super laid back and relaxed all of a sudden.
I bought a foldy wagon, like the one I used to have, but it folds even smaller.
I try to play all games sort of in character and like do what the game is encouraging my character to do. And I feel like here it was just, I was the character. It was just me on a flight So I was just trying to do what I do on a flight. And I was like having a text chat with a friend before I played the game, and I was like, sorry, I gotta like play this game and pay attention and like set that down. I didn't want external distractions. And I really wanted to focus 100% in the world of the game, and I think I was really enjoying doing that. And I know Doug, like a monster, was like, "Oh, I might do a second flight and put this on like a second screen." I was like, "No, that's you can't. You got to do this."
Yeah, so I wanted to ask about that. So I noticed that there's I noticed that there's no save functionality, there's no pause game, and I wasn't even able to get the game until Windows.
Do we want to play?
I was kind of wondering. I suspect that some of that's on purpose. Like, so I played the first time, and then the second time I was like, I want to compare and contrast my first attention experience.
We should try my
I'll cheese it by setting up a second laptop next to me as I work on kind of my main computer, which just felt like I was just kind of cheating myself or cheating the experience.
Marbles on stream.
What's your take on that in terms of like how much the player should kind of go all in on it?
Let me also add a listener question there from our listener John Axon, who said, "Is it cheating to play the game in sessions, or is the true way to play it doing it in one sitting like a real flight?" So just to add on to that, like, do you think, like Doug was saying, do you think of there being like a way you're sort of supposed to play it?
I mean, the line that I would say from very beginning is like the only challenge it poses is to actually manage your boredom and just hang in there, because that's flying. Just longevity, the stretch of waiting out a flight is part and parcel of the experience. So this idea of saving it and doing it in batches.
What are you doing?
Just kind of, I felt
I don't even have
unbalanced everything. It just changes the whole thing. So it has to be one sitting, because that's the way the flight is, and you're kind of trapped in. You can't like put it in a different window. You can do something else. Like, I can't stop you from picking up a phone or a book, actual book, and reading it, but I can force your computer to just kind of, be in that state.
Yeah.
I was on the playtesting thing. How do you playtest a game that is a straightforward 2.5 hour experience or more? Is it like, are you sitting with people? Are you sending them home with it and they're thinking about it? And then also, what were you looking for in those playtests? Were there changes that you made after watching people play?
The game went through different phases of playtesting because it went through the incubator, so there was a lot of playtesting at different stages. First, when it was just like a student project at NYU, and then when it was in the incubator, and then afterwards when we were working with the AMC. The earlier phases was just seeing how people handle it. There wasn't, no one sat through a full flight for, I think, the first few years of development. But it's just seeing like just how they react and what they like expect from it. And what we realized early on in playtesting is if we every time we play test, our wish list of things to include gets longer, because everyone like projects their expectations of what they want on the flight. Right? Can I do this? I can never not take off my shoes in a flight. Right? Someone will say that. So if I can't take off my shoes, then this is not an accurate flight simulator. And everyone has their own versions of these. And there was like, the list was infinite of what we can actually include. So at some point we had to just stop, just say, okay, this is where we're going to put all this other input. We can't really, do much with unless it's super important. But that's generally kind of what we were getting in terms of sitting through the whole flight. That's a problem even for us. Like, it was just really hard because we build in this way of speeding through the flight, but that's not really testing it. That's testing it. So yeah, that was it was not great. It wasn't the funnest thing in the world.
How many flights have you been on in the game?
Full flight, start to finish, not many at all, actually. I probably shouldn't say how much. That's probably not a good one.
I think through there's a lot of achievements in the game that are interesting. I was peeking at the list.
Don't know what that means.
I think some of maybe some more of this subjective flight experience comes through there. And one, I mostly wanted to debate with you guys because I bet you all disagree with me. You have an achievement called Common Courtesy, which is for completing a flight without reclining your seat. And I'm someone who is very pro reclining. I also take my shoes off the second I get on a plane, and I think it's crazy not to do these things. Like, I think it's crazy not to just be instantly as comfortable as you possibly can on a flight. And if everyone reclines, then it's fine. Then it's not a problem. And I think it's nuts that, like, I think there's like this like Twitter rhetoric of people like, no, that's like the rudest thing, which sounds like maybe you agree with since you call the common courtesy. But unless you just wanted to argue about this.
I haven't worked on my craft at all.
You can't recline. It's something.
If everyone reclines, then isn't it more comfortable for everybody?
No, Nick, it's not, because some of us sleep with our heads on the table, and if someone reclines, that makes it way harder. Let alone like trying to use a laptop on the tray table or something. Yeah, I'm very anti-reclining. In fact, hearing you say that, I'm now going to make an extra effort to turn on my phone during a movie. just as like a karmic payback to you to after hearing that you recline your airplane seat.
Oh no, Nick, I'm with you, man.
Oh yes, Zach, please join us. It's much more sane on this side.
I mean, I do it after the service, right? So, or I don't know. There's a point in the flight where I feel like that's when it's totally okay.
I like to kick the seat in front of me.
I like it though you just outed yourself as a phone movie user, Doug. I mean, I feel like that was a big self-own, frankly.
If someone ever complains at me now, I'm just going to say, sorry, Nick leans his seat back on.
Yeah, but the movie theater doesn't come with like a thing encouraging you to turn your phone on.
I once went to a movie and someone placed an outgoing call. The first thing they said was, "No, it's fine. I'm at a movie."
That's me. That's me. Every time someone leans their seat back, I'm gonna take it out on the movie. No.
I'm finally gonna advance to the next league again into a
You also, well, I guess, okay, so we all know where we stand. You had another achievement, the no fly list, which is for completing a flight after a 1-year break from flying, which I think is cool. And I'm curious how you see this game like fitting into people's lives, because I think that's sort of a statement alone on like, you know, maybe put it down for a while and then come back later, and maybe I don't know, maybe there'll be changes, maybe not, but curious to hear from you on that.
Yeah, it's a funny thing because when I think about like coming back to it more and more often, I wonder maybe, you know, we should have more destinations. But then I say to myself, I don't know what that actually changes about. The whole point of this game is the destination is really not the issue. It's the time in between these points, and they can be anything.
It's the point of life.
Right. So. I actually don't know how to answer that question. I'm not really sure. I'm still not really sure what people get from it. I have what like I hope people get from it, right? But I'm not. I don't know.
It was a situation of here's your hot ass dish of cold food. So back in the microwave goes.
Different than someone where it's actually like a horror game. The replayability, if you want, is it varies like dramatically in that case. So I honestly don't know, but. I know that it's really not about
decorate
places.
your stuff.
Have you seen people playing it in any like unexpected ways or any weird behavior?
Yeah,
like,
that's a Twitch sign.
For instance, in the beginning, I was like, I'm not gonna buckle my seatbelt. See what happens. Just because like that's the first thing you want to. It's
like the interface isn't friendly on the streamer side. I don't know what it is on
and like nothing
viewer side.
To me, but I immediately felt some anxiety about it. So I was like, damn it, I better buckle my seatbelt. So.
I had to watch other streamers to figure this
unexpected players come out when or heard about it when you're showing it.
I remember this one person tried to play it like an action game. It was like all really quickly. Everything had to be kept, and then he did all the interaction, and he's like, "Okay, I'm done. What now?" And I didn't know how to answer that question. But also, there was. Remember once, I think this was at a show or something, but someone just put it on and just like started texting his friend and just kind of like, went on with his life. And I'm like, I like that. I get it. I can do this. That was one that stood out. Recently, I haven't been able to see as much people testing. What I like to see is waiting for that moment where they're thinking, wait, nothing's going to happen, right? You know, that this is it. It's that moment because you can often see it on the face, and it's great. It's really great. It's really great.
I was really surprised when I don't like. I don't love flying. I fly. It's fine. It's kind of boring. I feel like I probably have a pretty standard relationship with flying. But I was really surprised. I sat down to play it, and I thought, well, I'm really excited about this game, and I'll play it this one time. And then as soon as I finished it, I thought, that's not really how I fly. Like, how I fly is I get on an airplane and I go to sleep and I wake up and I'm there. And now I like desperately want to play it again, like at like 11:30 p.m. and just put it on and then go to sleep and like put the volume up high and just sort of see what happens and like when I wake up and like do I wake up for meal service and like what's that experience? Like I was really surprised. I wonder if anyone else is trying to do it. Like it struck me as such a bizarre thing that like when you play this game matters and like the mental state that you're in and like how you feel going into it and what time it is and what you're doing and what's going on in your life. All of those things are so important to the experience of playing this game. And I don't think I've ever felt that way with a video game. Like obviously, if I'm going to sit down and play Apex Legends, if I'm really awake, that's better than if I'm really tired. But like, that's not really like a fundamental shift in what the game is like. But for this game, it's so different going into that with those different mindsets.
Yeah, I had a weird experience with that where I like took a sleeping pill in the beginning of the game and I kind of forgot about it. And then I was like watching the Bugs Bunny cartoon and I just felt, I can't even describe it, but a weird thing where like, you kind of start like the game starts vignetting and it starts like fading away into black or whatever, very subtly. And I was playing the game kind of late at night. And I sort of had a moment where I like snapped out of it almost as if I started falling asleep in real life and then kind of realized what was happening in the game. And it was really surreal. And then I went to sleep in the game and then I woke up and I missed my meal service and I was sad. Like a real fight.
You even told me this and then it happened to me as well. And I missed the wine service and I was really
I like that the podcast people are like,
and
they want to try like starting the game and turning on the audio and then going to sleep and seeing the same experience when they go to sleep.
There's a really interesting thing going on here, right? Where like I feel like all of us are describing to you our like quote unquote mundane, minute moment to moment experiences.
I kind of want to do that now,
right? And it's like normally, right? Like we try to case these things into questions, right? Where it's like, well, how did you come up with this? But like in this experience, I don't feel like that's actually very fitting. Right, to be like, well, how did you think about the experience that would happen? There's like this, it's just the sequencing of these small things that seem so mundane and yet they're so distant to us right now. So our listener Ick says, I looked up a timeline for airplane mode and saw it working again in 2017. The game seems like such a good fit for 2020 since it's much more difficult to get the real experience of the simulation. Was the steep drop off in operated flights and passenger travel extra motivation to publish?
It just came out of nowhere. I mean, I couldn't. There's no way at that point. But it was strange because at some point we were like, while we were like fleshing out this airplane, and at some point we're like, okay, are we putting the newer seats or the really old seats? Are we going super like really back in terms of nostalgia? Are we doing like? And then I kind of settled at this mid 2000s sort of late 2000s sort of time. Like, okay, this is like the every flight, right? Not something too modern, not something too old. Like the crappy touchscreen, the fight, and so that was kind of we were kind of going for recent nostalgia, knowing that it's probably not going to land, but it landed in unexpected ways because it just became a nostalgic game all of a sudden, and that was just not what we had anticipated, obviously.
But even they're so small that they're deep. So here's a detail. I wonder if anyone of you noticed this, which is it's a crazy detail to me, right? The little frost circle around the dot on the window.
Yeah,
I was like, you have got to be kidding me. Like when I saw that, I was just like, this is crazy.
But there's no frost circle. I've been on
because like when I was a kid, I saw this thing, right? And I'm like, oh my god, the window's shattering, right? And I should tell someone. It's my responsibility to tell the flight attendant, right? And so I told my older sister, I'm going to tell the flight attendant. She's like, are you crazy? Like, she's going to laugh at you, right? I'm like, okay, fine. But this whole time, the whole flight, I was just worried about this thing because it kept getting bigger and bigger. I'm thinking, if anything happens to this plane, it's my fault, right? Because I didn't say anything about it. And then like later, I read up on it, or someone told me about it and stuff. And so it became like a big thing in flying for me. So I made sure that it had to be there.
Amazing.
Because it was
it's absolutely amazing.
Oh my God. Were there any other personal experiences that you had that directly connected to this like that? Feel free to say no. I don't want to like push a perfect.
It's a matter of, okay, so there's like a billion details that we can't actually put in the game. So the ones that got put in are things that stood out to either of us at some point in time in the team. Because they've all had certain experiences with like a certain item. So like these kind of fed its way into what we include and what we don't include. In addition to obviously requests that are very common. I remember at one point one of the biggest requests that we actually never fulfilled was, and it was a weird one. It was, and I get it, but it was a creature on the wing, right? Mm-hmm. That was like very, very frequently requested, and well, I won't say more about that for now. but at some point, for example, there was not going to be a bathroom, and then we realized the bathroom is a necessity. It's that trip to the bathroom is
essential experience of being on a plane.
I didn't know it was an option until I saw the achievement, and it was like spend at least an hour in the bathroom, and I was like,
"There's an achievement for spending an hour in the bathroom."
And then I spent a while in the bathroom, and
you have to wait for passengers to leave it, right? And so that people stay for too long. So often people click and they're not able to go to the bathroom. But
I passed out in the bathroom. Does that count?
Your character looks down to the buckle to the belt. It's like, oh, I can't get up yet. That's how I discovered it.
I just love so many of the details, and especially the authenticity of like the in-flight magazine and all the small details. And I think it's not trivial to come up with like a whole magazine of convincing logos and companies and present them in a way that feels like totally realistic and cohesive and isn't distracting. And I think a lot of games might take it as an opportunity to be like very jokey with it, but I think you play it very largely straight. And I'm curious what your direction was for that, and if it was tempting to not do that.
Yeah, that was exactly my question too. The piece of media I thought about immediately when I started playing airplane mode is that Blah Airlines promotional video that Virgin ran as like a marketing campaign, which is like this 5-hour, 45-minute YouTube video documenting this like fictional cross-continental flight, but it's super jokey and it features lots of like outrageous situations and satire. But to Nick's point, like airplane mode plays it pretty straight. But yeah, so I was also curious to that degree, like how humorous do you consider the game to be? Is this a humor game, or is it a game that we can kind of see as like poking fun at flying, but that's not the, like, is humor, was that the intention from the beginning or not so much?
Yeah, I would definitely classify it as a comedy game, but I would play it deadpan.
35 miles.
That's the way we go about it, like a straight face.
Never got food. That stupid person
that works, but in this situation, I don't think the joke would about how we approach everything from the in-flight video to the magazine, everything there, like hints of humor, but clearly, I thought this was like clearly supposed to be funny. I'm not sure that everyone picks up on that because that's that's subjective, but
that's great. Maybe it's because we know him, but Bennett Foddy impersonating the captain, talking about delays. I thought that was really good in terms of the deadpan humor, like poking fun at that everyday experience. Like, just the way that he kind of like talks about it. It's just like, oh God, I've heard this announcement. It's like such a send up of these like awful delay announcements. Yeah, I thought that was really effective.
Even just the fact that the very first thing that happens in the game is you sit down on the plane and you're like, all right, I'm going for a ride, and then it's like, all right, we're fifth in line to take off, and you're like, oh my God, I have to wait to take off. It's like such a strong opening. Was that something that you were always considering, or was that just like magically showed up and you were like, this is perfect, I'm gonna go?
That was actually Bennett came to play here because when he was playing a very early version of it, he's like, you're missing an opportunity for an early climax, and he's absolutely right. It's this just built up time for the takeoff, and that's really true because like it definitely feels like a phase of the flight where you're waiting for takeoff, and then there's like pre-takeoff and post-takeoff, and then post-takeoff has a bunch of stuff, but there's that time before, and then we're airborne, and so that had to like beating the game. So that's what we did, and we kind of stretched it out to obviously the whole safety video needs to run, and there are like other planes in front of you, and you're waiting. It's JFK. No one gets out of JFK. Like this is actually pretty. Our time in JFK is pretty good compared to the real time people would wait there.
Oh yeah, sounds scary.
I was so glad it was in there because I sleep on flights, I always stay up until I'm in the air and then go to sleep, and that is my experience of the flight.
Yeah,
so
totally.
Compelling. I also was just struck by there are so many little interactions in the game, and we live in a time where you can open up a video game and be Spider-Man, and yet I'm sitting playing flight.
Can you be Spider-Man on a plane though?
I'm sitting playing airplane mode, and I'm like, oh, you can make the window go up and down. Wow, I didn't expect that. Or oh, I can take the pen out of my bag. Oh, of course, that's what I need to do. It's so funny to have all these extremely high resolution things, and then be struck by the realism of these tiny little actions that of course you could make it. You can go to the bathroom. Oh my God. But yeah, of course you could make a video game where you can go to the bathroom on an airplane. Even I was I looked over and saw that there were other people.
We're so close to landing.
I didn't really expect there to be other people on this
19
plane.
miles.
Wow. They figured that out. Were there any games that you looked at for this sort of immersive?
Do I need? I can't pull my seat to the upright position.
I feel Spider-Man, you can't
because the tray is down,
open all the windows,
and the flight attendant is glitched.
Weirdly,
and I can't throw away my cup.
No, it's not. But there's always that game where you can't do anything.
But they said in the podcast that they didn't fully play test this thing. They didn't take full flights.
Right, and that's just being.
So I'm that's not thorough play testing. My entire career is being a QA tester.
So the opportunity to have those.
I've already found so many bugs.
Great. And the problem with
stop looking at me, dude.
So okay, I'm
unless you're gonna help me by making him go, hey, we don't have our meal.
I'm okay, I always kept to consider am what I'm working on or what Ben or Lawrence is working on. Is that a priority? Then you think it sounds like a detail, but there's all a collection of these little details. So yeah. I can't. We just being able to Wi-Fi on the phone, or be able to spread the butter on the. It's just a collection of these small details. Like each one of them seems kind of not important or easy to put. But
farming simulator, working simulator,
and I guess this also came from things like Gone Home when I wasn't expecting to
annoying Amy simulator. Oh wait, that's just Con.
Picking up things and reading about them, and checking them out. But
oh no, my trackball rolled away.
There is one that I wanted to flag, which is I'm not really a germaphobe, but the fact that when you get the pretzels, you throw them out and spread them out on the tray is disgusting.
Yeah, now I really bummed out that I slept through the meals.
Noted.
Are there little details that you're especially proud of that people largely aren't noticing? Because I know things
I also have foods that I'm making. I'm so close to landing.
Accurate to what you would see outside, things like that. Maybe that most players wouldn't see that you're proud of, that you kind of nailed.
Oh wait, are we still moving?
For example,
did we glitch out? Are we stuck over the ocean?
By how much calories you've consumed. So if you have it after,
it would suck for achievement purposes to be shit.
It'll take longer. And if you've consumed alcohol at the same time, it'll affect the way you sleep. And if you're actually active,
I'm gonna click on you, sir.
More, if you move around more, you're burning more calories. So there's all of these little things that we did that no one's gonna see, no one's gonna know about, but we had fun doing. I don't know how many people have tampered with the smoke alarm.
I tampered with the smoke alarm.
I was on the restroom just hitting the alarm. The
I don't know. I made the alarm go off
a lot and nothing happened. I was like, they don't.
Tomorrow
they already know I'm an idiot. They're there's just some
for what?
Some person on the toilet. They can't be. Yeah, so okay, fine. That checks out. The thing I did that only had, and it was I think I don't know what achievement Zach got. I just saw it when I saw Zach's.
It makes it sound like
hidden achievement. Play the game or to get it.
Like a limited edition Frozen
but mine had 6.4% of the players achieving it, and it's the animal achievement for desecrating a book. And I'm like, wait, what? I'm the only person who took the pen to the book and started scribbling stuff all over the place. And then I'm like, well, wait a minute. Hasn't he put this achievement in there? This is not just me, right? So is like, I was like 6.4%. That's weird, right? Because like I was like, is this because I'm a game designer and I like scribble everywhere? Because I wanted to know what would happen.
I was expecting 100%.
Why can't I draw?
Everyone scribbles on the book. I haven't seen any, and they usually scribble like things on the book.
Yeah, the pen is fun. The pen feels good, right? You put a lot of love into making that pen like a nice interaction, and I'm like, yeah, of course I'm going to start circling stuff in the book and drawing all over the place. But yeah, it blew my mind that that was a rare achievement.
Speaking of the book, we had a listener question. BroQuaint asks, which book did you choose to include and why? One of the few highlights of air travel is choosing a good book to read. So yeah, there is that one kind of...
It's a French author book.
Tell us more about it and why you chose that one.
Well, it was a combination of finding something in the public domain that suited the game's kind of vibe, and so we went with Against the Grain, Heinzman, I think, and this was actually not. This was like recommended to me as a thing, so I read up on the book. I actually haven't read the book myself.
Oh, there was an announcement. I think it was for flight attendants to get ready for landing.
Was the question why I chose this specific book?
Yeah, why'd you choose that one?
It had like sort of a surreal aspect to, like, I mean, like I said, I haven't read the book, but when I was it was being described to me, I'm like, yeah, this just seems like a good fit. There was just this nothingness about.
I haven't read the book, but it's
that I thought would work. I might read the book and decide that I was absolutely wrong, and I judged the book by its cover, but that was.
I can't turn the pages anymore. I'm stuck on page 9.
Finding something in the public domain that felt like it fit the mood of the game. And so, like, it wasn't going to be, I don't know, Moby Dick, although, Moby Dick might have been cool.
Oh, look.
Earlier, Zach mentioned,
Iceland
like,
has
the
appeared.
Other, like, passengers sitting next to you. And on the first flight I took, the guy was just, like, staring at the, like, default screen in front of him the whole time, like a sociopath, which is, like, a thing that people totally do. Like, this is the 3 things I do when I get on a plane.
That's true. It's so weird for me that people
you, Doug.
stare at the screen, or that they
turn off,
leave it on.
Like, if there's no one sitting next to me, I'll turn off that screen.
Yeah, I turn off the one in between.
And usually turn my own screen off unless I'm specifically watching something. But people who just leave the screen in front of you ambiently on while they're, like, reading a book, that's sociopathic of me. And then the second flight I took, the guy was like watching cartoons, and I was like, all right, good. I'm not sitting next to a sociopath.
We're letting
this time. So I was also curious about some of the other, like, ambient passenger behavior that we may not be appreciating.
I miss planes that don't have screens now, because they're like, well, you have your device. You can use your device to connect to our services. No!
At some point,
want a fucking screen? God damn it!
I did play a game.
If you remove their drink from their hand, like we had like removed
the
drink from your hand, it just everything just breaks down. Everyone's AI just shuts down. No one knows what to do anymore because it's all based on them like receiving.
Because I've been on a first class flight where the plane was so small that it didn't have the ability to have
what I like
seats
about
that had
passengers
infotainments on them, but I'm like, I paid extra for this flight, not just to have free drinks, goddammit.
Not in a creepy way. Well, I mean, I can't decide if it was creepy or not. They would have.
We've landed.
But I kind of like to do that in the game as well to see what like they chose. Even though I know there's 4 things to leave the screen on next to me, because one is for the movie I'm watching and one is for the flight information. I want to have like a panel of what I need. So if there's no one sitting here, I turn on the flight information.
In comfort, please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the captain turns off the fasten seatbelt sign. This will indicate that you have parked at the gate and that it is safe for you to get out. Cellular phones may be used now.
Okay.
Cellular phones may be used now. I'm going to take a picture of you, sir, because you seem attractive. And then the next time I fly, it'll just be there with all my cat photos. Look, there's a -1 mile left. We've flown to Reykjavik. Airplane mode. Credits. Yay. Let me go get my other food, because our in-flight food never came.
Ahem, cat.
I mean, they should have had the junkie tester who, like, fill himself up on alcohol and sleeping pills and gum up the works like this. Hey, we're moving.
Gentlemen, welcome to Keflavik International Airport. Current time here is around 3:15.
It's 3:15 a.m. Let me change the time on my phone.
On behalf of myself and the rest of our hard-working crew, we'd like to thank you for choosing Pan Atlantic on your trip today. We know you have a choice of carriers, and we appreciate you choosing Pan Atlantic today. We'd love to see you on board again soon. In the meantime, have a wonderful stay.
Did I get an achievement? Someone's actually named Cobra on their team. Incubator coordinator Tony Pizza. Is there actually a person named Tony Pizza? Or are they just messing? See, it's real podcast. This ASMR life. Ear of the duck. Eggplant, the secret life of games. Look, it's all the kitties and their names. Mordor. One is named Mordor. This lady still has her drink. I hear Xander.
Yep. Ah! No!
Is he killing you?
With his t-shirt.
No. ERB.
Trying to see if the mic will pick up her furry. Go attack Tut. Go attack Tut.
Baby Tut is now level 21.
Yeah!
What happened?
I'm level 21. I should make the whole for every day.
You're level 21 where?
What?
You're level 21 where?
On Discord.
On my Discord?
Yeah, I can drink.
Yay!
I didn't know that was a level.
You can have Synthahol. Look at him just look at me. We're at a fucking airport. We're waiting to do a thing. They turned off the screens. I'm gonna shut down this game. Let me quit. See, it's a 6-hour return flight. But yay, that was yet another installment of Airplane Mode, and we'll do the return flight at some point.
Are those are the only flights they have?
That's the only flights they have so far. I mean, the game released earlier this year.
Oh.
And it sounds like they have some bugs to
There's a lot of bugs I still gotta work out. I wonder if I can message them somehow.
And everyone dies.
Because I've had the bug where I get stuck inside the phone, and now I had the bug where I can't do shit in the seat, and we didn't get our meal.
Did he hear me?
people got stuck.
And then, yeah, so I guess, I will be back with the marble game. But for now, I'm gonna eat and talk to people on the stream. And goodbye, stream. I love you, but not really.
Stream.
Goodbye, stream. I don't.
Bye.
Bye now.
We just don't like
Okay,
SSS boy because he had to go get himself banned. He can get himself unbanned if he can be mature about shit, but it doesn't look like it.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
There was a guy